Let me see if we're going. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, it seems to be working out pretty well. I'm just waiting for Chris. I don't know what we're gonna do tonight. We were gonna do Stardew, but Mitzi can't make it, and I think the idea. I don't know if we're gonna like require everyone to show up, but I feel like for the second one, me, Chris, and Mitzi should at least be on. We might watch Will Brower's Legend of Zelda movie, but that's only if Chris wants to. That might be a bit much right now. I don't know. Maybe we should just play a game. I have no fucking idea what we're gonna do. This is my break because I've been working all day, and I'm gonna continue working into the night. But I just wanted a break, like hour or two off, to not do that. I could do Sonic Adventure 2 again because I'm still gonna try to get all the emblems and do the Chow Garden shit. I'm gonna just see what Chris feels like doing because I don't really care what I do. I just need a break. I've been interested in doing live streams. They're just kind of like a variety, just like kind of go for YouTube. Maybe we switch over to a game. But I'm glad we're going to be doing something more lighthearted. The Amori streams were wonderful, but they put me in a actual place of depression once it was over. I mean, I felt really bad. Go into that game cautiously, but I would say it's a very meaningful experience. I'd even go as far as to say I feel like it could be life changing for someone. It isn't for me. It was relatable in a lot of ways for me, but I mean, it could legitimately convince someone to talk about something they've been bottling up their whole lives. I'm not sure if it's powerful enough to do that, but reading some comments, some people seem to have had that experience. Because it really kind of forces that mindset on you that it's bad to keep things bottled up. Definitely reflected a lot playing the game. I just don't have anything as serious as the twist of that game has. But perhaps I'm saying too much. Probably not, because I don't think anyone's in chat. That's a rare occurrence. But you never know. We do get people occasionally. Oh, Riley B is in chat. Although that was 3 minutes ago, so sorry, Riley. I'm just waiting for someone to show up before we actually figure out what we're doing tonight. I love how right as I said that, I look at the chat and someone's there. I gotta finish Mario 64 one day. I will. It's probably not gonna be tonight. I just kind of stopped playing that and we moved on to something else. Well, it's good to hear from you. This tonight's stream is literally just a break, so I don't know if there'll be anything interesting. We might watch something that our friend Will Brower made. I'm just waiting for Chris to hop on. We were gonna do Stardew, but Mitzi's not free tonight, so we're not doing that. Stardew is a fun game to stream, though. That is a very relaxing, enjoyable game. I got Mario Maker. Me and Chris have talked about for years doing a drunk Mario Maker stream where we both make each other levels and get really drunk and go through them, and I think that would be a blast. And now I actually got the second Mario Maker, so I think me and him should actually plan that.
What are you talking about?
Oh, hey Chris, you're here.
Yeah,
We're live right now, by the way. Are you good with
that's
that?
that is dope. I am pretty sick,
Oh, really?
and my kid is throwing a tantrum. Everything's great.
No, sorry that you're sick. Is it just like allergy sick or something else?
No, I don't know what it's called where you're at, but there's this fast food restaurant I really wanted. It's called like Riley's or whatever. I think it's Checkers where I'm at. I don't know, but I really wanted it. I had it, and now I'm fucking sick.
Riley, your restaurant made Chris sick.
Yeah,
There's a person in the chat named Riley.
I am sorry.
um. So sorry to hear that, Chris. So this is just you ate something that you probably shouldn't be in. I hear you. We've all been there.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, sh- Shrimp can make me feel sick if I eat it excessively, and I do that all the time. Still, well, not all the
Oh,
time, but I still do it.
shrimp can straight up kill me. So,
Are you like deadly allergic to it?
kinda.
Riley apologized for making you sick.
It is not their fault.
um,
Hey,
so
Olivia, can you do me a huge favor? Could you type in the password for our channel?
say it out loud right now.
Yeah, say it loud for the world to hear.
Yes. No one will tell. It'll be fine. It'll be safe.
Right? Yeah, I mean, we only have 13 subscribers, so it really doesn't matter.
Uh, you're gonna get up there. You gotta make that one video that's gonna drag people's attention.
You mean I just gotta make actual videos? You mean
Yeah.
I actually gotta make content, you mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like sometimes it's I don't I have a real for me every single video I've ever done there actually has like that did well. There actually has been some kind of method to the madness where it actually works. I kind of think I know how to make a video do well, but I also just don't like forcing videos I don't want to make. But like childhood trauma, I did exactly when it was a trend, and I had new stuff to talk about and put into the thumbnail. So that video did really well, and I did it exactly at the time everyone else was doing that. My community gas leak year video came out. I put that out right after it went on Netflix, and that video did really well. I kind of thought the BoJack one would do well, but I guess I waited too long to get that one out because that was like probably 4 months after the show ended. Maybe less than 4 months. I don't know.
Not like, I'm not saying like, I'm not trying to be like, that my stuff isn't doing good. Actually, it's doing, for what me and Olivia do, we're pretty proud of our little comic stuff. I just haven't made content in fucking forever.
And it can take a while to get back into the groove of things for sure. Sometimes you just need to do something that you didn't do before, even if it's like, because like honestly, the game and stuff on the Brigade was so refreshing. I know a game and shit is like the most generic thing you could upload to YouTube, but I hadn't done it before, and it was a lot of fun doing it. And now I'm getting a little. I'm definitely gonna finish shit like Persona 4 and Oblivion. But I almost feel like if Stuart wants to do another series, he might need to do the editing himself. And I feel bad saying that, but I feel like I do need to get back to like shit like Nelman and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
So we've got some. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I understand. Gaming is my thing. I talked to you yesterday. It's mainly me just finishing my shit. Like I have a Zelda and a Smash Bros. Episode that I'm doing. So both for the 64. I just need to actually,
Let me
do it.
let me tell you about an idea I've been having and tell me what you think of this.
Which channel are you live streaming on? Is it the Duck Brigade?
Yeah, it's always the Duck Brigade. I have done a live stream on my Movie Mackle channel, but it's very rare.
Okay.
I had an idea for something called turn-based week. I don't want to call it RPG week because I'm specifically talking about turn-based stuff, because the approach I'm going with it is I was someone who genuinely did not like turn-based games. There were examples, there were exceptions, but over the last year, people like you, Stuart, and Zach have kind of helped me understand the appeal of them, helped me appreciate them a bit more. It's not like I'm in line playing every single one of them I can. I've been on I've been at the very beginning of Final Fantasy VII for like 7 months, and I just made it out of the city.
Yeah.
But like I was thinking of doing like a 7-day, like one video every single day. Like obviously it'd be made ahead of time. I don't want to do a month. A month is too much. But like 7 different games and just talk about like my experience with them. And I don't think I could be like the best reviewer with it because it'd be new territory for me, but I feel like it'd be interesting just because it might be interesting to hear someone who didn't like them and how they kind of grew on him.
Yeah.
The ones I have listed now, I had Persona 4 listed, and I was going to try to come at it as from just a story perspective. I decided not to do that because I feel like literally admitting that I wasn't the one playing the game, I think is going to irk too many people.
So as a guy that's been writing episodes like about RPGs, like I said, that's on my docket. I've gotten a lot done. I just need to actually upload shit. Um, I don't think it really matters. The RPG is one of those things that is more about the experience versus if you played or not. I get that it can irk people, but I do definitely think it'd be cool for you to talk about Persona
Mm-hmm.
because with Persona, fuck it, man. If you're able to watch it and get an experience out of it, it's great. And that's kind of really all it needs to come down to is,
Yeah.
the experience that you got. You
Yeah,
know,
I would definitely be honest and say I didn't play it, but I spent 80 hours on it, and then another
and to
80
be
hours
honest,
to edit each episode.
yeah, I mean, you didn't play it, but at the same time, you kind of did because your decisions. I don't think Stuart would have told you to fuck off if you asked him to do something. So you kind of are involved. You just didn't
Hmm.
do the grinding, which
Can I ask you
whatever.
some? Can I ask you something, Chris, and be dead honest with me? Do
Sure.
you believe me? Okay, this is a big Persona 4 spoiler. If anyone is in chat and doesn't want to hear a spoiler about this random game I'm mentioning right now, click out for like 20 seconds and then come back. Maybe a minute. Here's your warning. If you're listening to this archived, which I don't know why the hell you would do that, but if you are, skip like a minute or two ahead. Do you believe me? Do you believe me when I say that I genuinely didn't know it was Adachi, and I was just
Yes.
fucking around the whole time? I genuinely didn't know it was going to be him. There was a point where I genuinely suspected him, and I just believed you in Stuart when you told me it wasn't him, and I kept making the joke. And then when it was actually him, I was just like, "Oh shit, is anyone gonna believe me that I didn't actually know it was him?"
I believe you, and you're still on technicalities. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm still on technicality. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
there is more
yeah, but like,
to this game than that.
what isn't a technicality though is I said Adachi was a villain. That's pretty straightforward. He's a
Yeah,
villain.
yeah. Oh, he is. He straight up is. And to be fair with you, I didn't know he was the villain at first.
Yeah,
Not. It's just
I
because he's so. It's just because he's so incompetent. Like even if there's moments where you can see it, but like
Yeah, and I actually say that specifically. There was like a point in the game where I was saying it as a joke, and then there's the part where he arrests the photographer, and he makes such a stretch that I in that episode, if you go back, I'm legitimately like, wait a second, yeah, that was really weird. He might have done it, and then I start to comment on like how incompetent he is and how that could all be an act. Like I literally said what it was, and then you and Sort
I
just kind
mean,
of talked me out of believing it, and it
to be
worked.
honest with you, I honestly, legitimately, if you still want that capture card, let me know, Holmes. But
Oh, I'm good. I have a capture card.
okay, cool.
I think
But
it was. I think the capture card was for Stuart,
oh, for sure, sure, yeah, whatever.
but you don't have to give him a
I'll
capture card.
I will be a man of my word. But yeah, I think that realistically, no, I thought you would have figured it out.
Yeah, I
Just because you're smarter than I am when it comes to this shit.
I wouldn't say that.
So, well, I mean, you're better at like, because see, I expected it to be some big anime villain. That's what I was expecting.
Hmm. I
But
will
you have
say
like,
the first two reveals were very underwhelming. Then Adachi was a very satisfying reveal.
yeah, I really don't want to spoil it, so I'm gonna end it here at Persona because
Yeah.
there's more to it, and I
I
don't
also
want to
talked about it
spoil
way longer than 2 minutes. So I guess if
it.
you skipped ahead 2 minutes, you got spoiled. But I don't think anyone's gonna watch this archive, so it's fine. Will
Yeah.
might, depending on what we do tonight, because I have a couple possibilities. But before I get to that,
I'm down for whatever, my dude.
before I get to that, I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? Yeah, the ones I'm thinking about doing for that week is Amori, I guess Persona 4, we'll see. Maybe I'll replace it. But Amore, Persona 4, Dragon Quest 11. As silly as this one is, Stick of Truth.
No, see,
Undertale,
that's the
Thousand
thing.
Year Door,
Can,
and then there was one more. What was the other one? Oh, and yeah, Final
so
Fantasy 7. Once I complete it, I will do that one too.
can I say one thing about Stick of Truth? Right?
I do actually have an angle for
Is
it. I'm not just doing it to fill in the spot. I actually have an angle because I feel like the you can compare it to the Fractured Butthole, the sequel, and I think there was a fun simplicity to the second one, whereas the second game tried to get a lot more ambitious. But in as a result, yes, the game is longer, but there is so much fucking padding in that game. And
so
it where the
can
first one was like short and sweet. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say that actually as a person that has played a lot of RPGs and to a stupid degree, I actually think that talking about I think we need to talk more about I almost said the Simpsons Stick of Truth, that is not correct. Um South Park, because it did a great job
The
at
first
not only
the
being
first
an
game is
interesting
great.
RPG but doing a good job. Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, the second one I appreciate. At first, I was having a lot of fun with the second one, and then it gets repetitive. And then if the game forces you have to do grinding to beat certain bosses. It's just a necessity. Where in the first game, you could legitimately just go through the story and level up enough to where you did not have to grind. You would want to be maxed out if you wanted to fight like a completely optional boss, which is Man Bear Pig.
Yeah.
You do want to max your level out for that, but you know what the max level in that game is?
Oh, what is
15.
it?
15. It's so easy going.
Oh,
And here's the thing, like
that's not bad.
I understand that like complexity wise, it is a very simple game, but it knows exactly what it needed to be, and it's such a blast. It's
Yeah.
so short, you can beat it in a day. It is short and simple and sweet, and it's great for what it is. Fractured Butthole, I appreciate them wanting to make their second game longer, but the combat you can find like what I found out when grinding in that game is that the enemies that you grind with will do repeat the same move set every single time. So you literally just do the same thing over and over again. You have to spend so much time, and that's not fun. And there's also not enough of a variety. Like with the, you have to grind in Dragon Quest 11, but give that game some credit. There's a wide variety of enemies, and that
Yeah.
makes it a lot more tolerable.
So it's actually interesting to hear you talk about RPGs, because as a person that's played super obscure ones, it's always nice to hear, um, you know, people talk about them. Even if they're people that are
Yeah,
like veterans, it's always nice to hear someone talk about them. You know.
I definitely am enjoying them more now. Like RPGs in general that aren't turn based. Technically Oblivion is an RPG. Technically
Yeah.
Fallout is an RPG. But so I am talking about turn based specifically because I loved RPGs growing up, but not the turn based ones. The
Yeah.
exceptions as a kid were Thousand Year Door and Pokemon, and that is it. I hated every other one. And Thousand Year Door was more when I was in high school too. Pokemon was the only one as a kid, like a young child, that I liked.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
yeah,
I completely understand where you're coming from though, because I've had a major influx of changed opinions of RPGs. Sometimes I loved turn based, sometimes I hated them. I'm at a point where I just love them all, but I see, I see where you're coming from.
there's a couple of reasons I've grown to appreciate it, and grinding always annoys me a little bit. But as long as it can compensate, I'm fine with it. With Dragon Quest
Yeah,
XI, I was fine with the grinding because I loved the characters and the world so much that I wanted to. I didn't mind just spending time with the characters. I didn't mind, like, okay, I'm going to put a podcast on and just look at all these different nice environments and all the fun, like, enemy designs, and oh, I'm playing as these characters that I've really grown to love, and I really like this world. And even if I'm not, although I will say I wish there was more than one battle track, but I guess that's a thing with most RPGs for me. So when you're grinding, I would like it if the music changed, but it is what it is. That's a
so like
nitpick.
Before we drop the subject, I do want to bring up there is rules that I will say for RPGs that have a degree to them.
Hmm.
Like with grinding, my normal rule is that if you going five above is normally where you're safe.
Yeah.
I mean, five above where you're starting. So if you're like at five, just go to 10.
Yeah,
Um,
and I actually did do that with Dragon Quest. Like
yeah, it's
before
because
I even like, you know how you go to the kingdom at the very beginning of that game before you even realize,
yeah,
like before it's like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. I got
yeah,
up to level 10 before I went into that kingdom, into that castle.
yeah, and that's the wisest thing to do. Like
Hmm.
before every big event, just level up by five. Um, I feel like the thing is that the biggest problem I have with RPGs, and I think it's something that a lot of people should probably consider more, is it's not just even the grinding; it's the economy that's important for it. And Dragon Quest, Undertale, and many others have a really good economy. You know what I mean?
Not
Where
exactly.
stuff isn't okay. So stuff isn't too impossible to buy,
Oh, okay.
or
Yes.
stuff
Yeah.
is capable to get. You know?
I could have guessed that, but I wasn't sure, so I just said no. But
Well, like,
yeah, I
yeah,
could have.
no, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Like for instance, this is one game called Fantasy Star. Well, Fantasy Star is a bad example. Um, I guess Highlight or Super Highlight, the one for the Super Sega, fuck, Sega Genesis. They want you to like pay 1,000 gold for a bat, and every enemy that you kill only gives you 3 gold.
Hmm.
That shit ain't
Yeah. um.
happening.
What
So yeah,
was
Dragon Quest has a pretty good gold drop ratio.
I like a
It's probably
game. I like a game making you want to continue playing it instead of making you
yeah,
infuriated. I will say one thing that what was so nice about Amori is I didn't have to do a lot of grinding for that game one. There was a little bit, but really we did not spend a lot of time on it at all. I honestly, throughout the entire game, I would say I spent an hour total grinding, which is awesome. What I also really appreciate about that game, and I do actually think I really like it. I think it is so powerful. It made me feel emotions stronger than any game I've ever played in my life. I will say, with that being said, the game has padding. There's sections that do not need to be there and are not enjoyable. But there's some people who are saying that's like half of the game, and I don't agree that it's half. I think it's much smaller than half. I could agree with a quarter of it maybe, but even then, there's stuff I like even in the padded sections. It's just like there's some puzzle bits that aren't really fun. It's just there for the game to kind of be quirky and like, oh, here's a funny comedic bit, but it's like, yeah, if it's not making me laugh, what's it doing for me? It's not
yeah,
optional. You're forcing me to do this. But anyway, what I
yeah.
really grew to appreciate about that game is Stuart was explaining to me the battle system so like in pretty good detail in this game when we were going through it. And I was kind of using it, but I wasn't really paying that much attention to it because for me it was just like I'll grind a little, then I'll fight, and I kept doing that. And I eventually hit this boss where I was the appropriate level to take her on, and it's the one part in the game where I just like I think it's the only time I actually lost in the entire playthrough. Where I was just what I realized like and I lost badly too. Like I got fucked completely like right away. And what I realized is okay, if I want to win this, I actually have to like use what Stort has been telling me. I have to use what the game has been teaching me. And I actually had a very positive experience doing that. Because the game works off something called like the emotions triangle or the emotion system. And I won't elaborate
Okay.
on that because you should play the game and see what that means for yourself. But but I really liked it. I thought it was a very clever way to do it. And there are some very satisfying boss battles in that game.
Well, I will try to make my time to get around it.
Go into it with an okay headspace.
You know, that's my secret, Michael. I'm never in an okay headspace.
I wasn't.
I'm either
I
extremely happy or I am extremely depressed. There's like no in between.
I was it's not like I was in like a perfect headspace when I played it, to be honest. Um, but I don't know. I wasn't in a perfect headspace when I watched it, but I was kind of like just like yeah, whatever. I've watched a lot of movies that are depressing. while I was also feeling depressed. It's fine. I can handle it. Amori did fuck me up, but I don't even know if like I feel like even someone who's in a perfectly fine headspace, completely fine spot in their life, could still get really depressed after playing it. And it's kind
You
of
know,
like it's a very but here's the thing, it's a very positive and meaningful game in the end, but it's still just unfortunate is a way to describe a lot of it. And it will make you think about your own life, I feel.
yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check it out when I get time. Unfortunately, you know, when your content is video gaming and then you have a whole bunch to do, it's kind of hard to go and do something for yourself like that.
Oh, I
You know,
understand. Yeah, yeah.
I
No,
also have to bring up,
you could play it years
like,
later.
as
Like
much as I
it's
do.
always gonna be there.
So what?
You could play it like years later. It's always gonna be there.
Yeah, I sure hope. Um, one of the things that I was gonna say about movies versus video games is I feel like this might just be me being a sick person. Is there's a slight disconnect of playing a video game and then watching a movie for me, but that's just also because I get more into games than I do movies.
I think a game and a TV show can cause more investment than a movie. A lot, not always, but a lot of the time, just because you get more time with a TV show.
No,
You
I mean,
with a
don't get
TV
me.
show, you get more time. With a video game, you also get to kind of, dependent on the game, you kind of get to experience it. You get to feel
Yeah, no,
more
don't get me
connected.
wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. When a movie hits right, a movie hits right.
Oh yeah.
Like
The thing with
I've had
movies,
so many movies that have like got me more emotional than some video games could ever dream of. You know
uh,
what I mean?
yeah, the thing with the issue with a lot of TV shows and the issue with a lot of games is a lot of them can really take length to its advantage and make
Yeah.
something like really enjoyable, and it's really long and really enjoyable. But there's also TV shows and games that take that long run time and pad the hell out of it, and it's at that point it's just like, why didn't you just make a movie? It's
Yeah.
because, and like, I think sometimes I just think that a movie, it's like it's way more likely that a movie is going to be good than a TV show is going to be good. I can name you hundreds of movies that I love. I don't think I can name 100 shows that I really love. I don't think I can name 50 shows that I really love. I can name like 10 or 20 that I absolutely love, and then others that I think are okay. And then so much shit. So many bad shows.
I have a feel. I have to say that I think the biggest problem with TV shows is the fact that, unlike a movie has a better chance of having a good ending.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not even like a narratively good ending. I mean, it just they have to conclude it. Where a
When
TV show, it's supposed to go on and on. So
talking about our old
takes up the
buddy
bit.
Talking about our old buddy Rich Alvarez, I gotta say, when he made Stupid Mario World Season 2, I felt that was so fucking padded. Like, he had nothing to say for that second season. No offense to Richie, but I'm gonna actually give him props for something. He is just an independent creator trying his best.
Yeah.
I've seen TV shows that have padded worse than that.
I
And they have
also
a
feel
and they
like
have a budget, and they are getting paid to do it.
so I have to kind of argue with this one on Rich Alvarez, and this is not dissing him. This is agreeing with you on this one. The thing that it sucks is that he's independent, which is good for him. He can control more of it. Um, some TV shows don't get that chance though to be controlled.
I mean, fair enough, but it's just like, I don't think Patton can be justified when you have like nothing going on. And maybe you could argue it's not the showrunner's fault. You could say that someone else is getting their hands on the project. You can say it's not just one person making it. But I really hate when a show stretches out in
Yeah.
unnecessary ways. It's just it it may I don't know, like, it makes it unbearable when it's like clearly holding back. And sometimes there
Yeah.
are good shows that do that too, like Rick and Morty. I really like Rick and Morty, but I feel like after season 3, there's no denying that they decided like, okay, we kind of were doing a story, but nah, Now we're gonna just do like little glimpses of a story once or twice per season, so we can like have more episodes and keep the show alive longer. And Rick and Morty, it gets away with it a little bit more because all the episodes look like they have effort being put into them. I understand that they didn't want to have a show that only lasted 3 seasons. They wanted to keep working on it for a long time. But it's still, I feel like it could have been like one of the best animated shows of all time. And now it just kind of feels like, yeah, it's a good animated show, but it's like it was kind of up there for, your BoJack's and The Simpsons for me when it started. And now, no, granted, I know it's ironic to say about The Simpsons, but I'm talking about classic Simpsons. It was kind of like going up there as one of those greats, but then after 2 seasons, it's just, I don't know, it never got quite that good again.
It's funny because we always come back to this debate or this conversation to a degree on like the future of something or looking at it in hindsight because like my point is that I believe that certain things just sometimes need to end. I know it sucks.
Everything needs to end.
Yeah.
There's really
it doesn't feel like that anymore, but
I don't really think there's any show that should go on past, like, I'm trying to think of I do this sometimes where I try to think of a show where it was justified that it went on longer than 10 seasons. I'll ignore reality shows and competition shows, but I don't care about those. Yeah. But I'm talking about scripted shows. I can't. The Simpsons, I guess South Park kind of got away with it. And I think American Dad is funny, even though, because it's just like, it never hit the highs of The Simpsons, but it also never hit the lows of The Simpsons. It has stayed a consistently stupid but kind of funny show. So I feel like those shows like South Park and American Dad have gotten away with it. And even South Park, I'm not saying, I do think that they're hitting a point where it's not that funny anymore now, but one, it's not the worst thing ever, and two, I would say the show is still hilarious after its 10th season. I think there's great episodes in the next decade of South Park,
Yeah. Before we get into this conversation too in depth, because me and you could probably talk about this forever. What's up with the Xanderbrow thing?
I was thinking of maybe watching, because I asked him if he wanted me to watch his like Legend of Zelda movie on a stream, and he said yes. So I was thinking of maybe doing that tonight.
Why would you ask me to do this?
Are you anti doing this, or?
I will do it, but discredit every fucking thing I say. Xanderbrow, I love you. Your production is better than whatever the fuck I can say. I will definitely do this, and I won't back out because I want to watch it. But literally ignore me because I am like the Zelda bitch. I was gonna say another word, but this is gonna be archived, and me dropping the N-bomb like that is not cool for something that's archived. But
we don't have to do that either.
I would see. I would like to do it for myself, just to watch it on stream, because I would never do it otherwise. I'm sorry, Will, love you, but I'd like to see it to see how much they've changed from their last Zelda project.
They have good choreography in a lot of their films now. I'll say that much. We watched the Waluigi. We didn't stream it. We just watched it, and I did a highlighted edit of it, where it was me, Matt, and Mitzi watching his Waluigi film, and it was definitely a big step up from his previous projects that we have. We did not have a bad time watching it. Not that I expected to have a bad time watching it. I enjoyed his old stuff too, but it's. Go ahead.
If we watch the Zelda thing, I want to. Especially if you're archiving this, I want to preference, or I'm using words that I'm saying it wrong. I want to say this. I have played almost every game, even the CDI games. I have read the Historia and the manga, so I am an absolute loser. Forgive me.
Like, you're basically, what you're saying is anytime you see something that is inaccurate, you're gonna call it out.
I may. And the thing that sucks about that
it's a good balance. Like, it's a good balance because you also have me, who's never played a Zelda game before.
Yeah.
That's actually true. I maybe played the very first game. And that's even a maybe. I vaguely remember playing it. I don't think I never played any of the other games. I never.
Yeah,
I watched
it's
someone play Ocarina of Time. I never played it.
and if we do watch this, I want to apologize because on my channel I'm a lot more lenient on bigger productions for shitty things, you know? I I feel like my problem is that like have you ever man, Netflix had a Dragon Quest movie, right?
Did they?
Yeah, it's there's a Netflix Dragon Quest movie. It's
I didn't know that.
Dragon Quest Your Story, right? And I really like the movie. It's based off Dragon Quest V. Do you mind sending me a link so I can actually watch this with you?
I think I might share my screen because then if I want to pause and say something, we're both synced up. Is that all
Okay,
right?
cool. I just can't. Yeah, I just can't hear on your end. So
I think it depends on which one I share it with.
okay.
Because if I share, there's two ways I can share it. I'm gonna try both. Tell me if you can hear this. There's no audio playing yet. Okay, that was loud. You should have been able to hear that.
I didn't hear squat. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me try the other way to share my screen. All right. Tell me if you can hear this one. Now you are watching the stream, right? The one on Discord.
Oh, I'm watching the stream on Discord now. Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear this?
Weirdly enough, no.
Hmm.
Hold on, let me try something. Hello?
Hey,
Oh, okay, I can hear everything now.
you can hear. Oh wait, you were able to hear. What? I wasn't playing anything. How could you? I'm confused. Wait. Okay. Tell me if you can hear this.
I'll try try the thing.
Can you hear that?
Many moons ago.
Were you able to hear that? Chris,
Yeah, that's weird.
you couldn't hear it?
Oh, now I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? What the fuck?
Okay, try Discord. Not Discord. Try the video again.
Okay.
There were three mighty beings
There it
that
is.
stood.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's loud. Okay.
Okay, but you can hear it now?
Yes.
Okay, let me rewind. I will turn it down, although you can also right click and turn it down on your end, but put closed captions on.
Okay, so I'm sorry. That's all I can say. I'm sorry.
Are you ready?
We doing this?
Yeah, we're doing this. Although
Cool.
I'm gonna test the stream real quick. Yeah, we're doing
Okay.
this. Although I'm gonna test the stream real quick. Yeah, we're doing this. Although I'm gonna say a few words, Chris.
Skibbity bop bow, skibbity boo.
Ooh.
Skibbity bop bow, skibbity boo.
And now say a few words as I play a random part of the movie. Right now.
Okay. Sounds of the movie. I don't know what's really going on. Okay. Yeah. Sounds of the movie.
Alright, it sounds reasonable right now.
Okay. You want me to turn down my mic, turn it up? What's up?
No, you sound good. I am going to possibly just raise you a bit myself, just because the movie's loud. You're fine. I just don't want the movie to like kind of be louder than you, I guess. Oh, I should also change the live stream title to "Watchin' Legend of Zelda." I'm live streaming me changing the name. I'm just gonna copy and paste his title. watching. All right. And I'll just post a link to his video in the description.
So, I keep asking for apology. I keep asking for forgiveness, but I am sorry. I will be saying a lot.
I think Will's cool with it. I think he's cool with criticism as long as it's constructive.
I mean, my criticism will definitely not be constructive.
I'm gonna watch this as a
I'm
movie, not a Zelda fan.
See, that's the thing, right? Is that, you know, that I love when people say that, but like, you can go into a World War II movie, and if they're like the Nazis were in space, that's wrong.
Yeah,
You need to do your research.
I'm just being honest. I don't know anything about Zelda.
I know. I'm just saying though that like
I'm not saying that you can't complain about it.
it's just when you're making an adaptation, you do have to keep in mind though the non-viewers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the people that you have to keep in mind the people that definitely don't give a shit about it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to keep in mind the people that do give a shit about it. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the best example of that is it's like the Catwoman movie, right?
I just watched that.
Yeah,
I had a good time. Yeah, it has nothing.
Yeah.
It might imply at the end that she goes to Gotham. That's it.
Yeah, and you know, that's kind of where I'm coming at. Where like, yeah, you made a Catwoman movie, but you probably shouldn't have. You could have done. You could have made an original movie out of this if you wanted to.
Hey, it's pretty funny at least.
Yeah.
All right,
So I'm not if I'm shitting on this film, it's not that I'm shitting on this film. It's just the fact that, you know, there is extensive knowledge on this stuff. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like making a Harry Potter movie and then the guy going like, "Yeah, I never read the book." And then Harry pulled out a Glock, a magical Glock.
Hooray. A new cinematic universe.
Did we not?
Many
sorry.
moons ago, there were three mighty beings that stood on the threshold.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is connected to the Waluigi movie.
A princess, a warrior, and a king. These pillars of strength were at odds for control over the ultimate representation of wisdom, courage, and power.
If at any point you want me to pause to comment on something, let me know.
Triforce.
Okay.
That was an alright transition right there. I like it.
I mean, as a film, here's the thing: I do not doubt their filmmaking abilities. It's just, you know, the lore that I'm going to probably have an issue with. Because I mean, this shit got way better.
He was ultimately slain at the hands of However,
Interesting way to
the
take it.
princess, that vile reincarnation of the goddess, stole the Triforce of power. My power.
Okay. Sorry.
Hey, look at that effect. That was nice.
Yeah, it was nice, yeah. So I see that you didn't play Skyward Sword, so.
No.
Not you, I mean, you know.
So I think that they get reincarnate. They're doing a reincarnation of Link because I know Will doesn't play Link in this.
Yeah.
There's Will Brower. Will's always a cloaked figure in his movies.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is a very ballsy movie to make with such a low budget.
it comes from a place of love, and I will always respect it for that.
Yeah.
Present day.
Well, I mean, Breath of the Wild is technically an apocalyptic story.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I wasn't knocking on it. I'm just reading the shit I see. He's gonna fucking kill that rabbit.
I don't care. That's dope.
That rabbit's the fucking villain. That was a good shot, yeah.
Well, that rabbit is my favorite character.
Rabbit's a pretty good character. I hope that we'll get to continue following his journey.
My son's trying to watch this. Oh, bye.
Hey, wait, the rabbit's back.
It's Ganon. It's Ganon's malice.
It's Ganon's reincarnation. It's like the rabbit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Hey, it's Will.
Who are you? Who I am?
I am the man.
But I do have a proposal.
The cloaked man.
What would that be? But first, what brings Vino to Hyrule?
I'm wearing gray stuff on my face for
Hold on.
some
You
reason.
mean Olivia?
Wait, how did you know my name?
A wizard knows many things, friend. But let me take a guess. You wanted to make sure that the prophecy was true.
Which prophecy, my guy? There's a lot in Zelda.
The hero of time is a myth.
I know that you.
Could you pause this for me for a second?
Yes.
Just for a second. I wanna say something that I completely want to bring up as a fact here. We all like to call Link the hero of time, and there is multiple heroes. Okay?
But it's actually the rabbit.
Yeah, sure. I don't know if Will's ever gonna watch this, but this is just more of a personal note.
I think he
The
will.
hero of time.
Maybe not,
Okay,
though.
cool. If you are, Will, hey, I love you. What's up? A personal note for Zelda projects: there is more than one hero. The hero of time is specifically like one hero. All right? And that is literally the hero of time from Ocarina of Time. There's the hero of Twilight. There's the hero of Winds. There's the hero of Ruin, which is the one that you guys are technically should be talking about. So, just saying, they're not all the same person, even though they technically are. But the hero of time is implying that he's from Ocarina of Time. That is all I'm saying. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because Lincoln
You can continue, thank
doesn't
you.
make him the hero of time. No, but I can use his.
No, but if you got something to say, please do, and I'll pause and give your insight because I'm not going to be able to give it.
Business has been slow.
I am sorry about my geeky crap. So.
Here's my
Oh, not fucking go for it. You'll provide more commentary than I'm going to. It's the Chaos Emeralds.
Yo, dude, where's Sonic?
There will be more where that came from.
Is Will supposed to be Sonic? He's all blue.
Yo.
You will see me again.
Like, I'm just gonna say
Okay.
stupid shit like that.
Because you want
Okay,
to
but real
do
talk.
this.
Can you pause this for one more second? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Every time Will makes a fantasy series, it's much better. Like he's done a Zelda thing before. His ideas are better than Nintendo could actually normally do. So I don't know why he did a Zelda movie when he could clearly do better.
He did an original one too, actually. Did you know
I
that?
need to watch that. Yeah, I know.
I-
I'm just saying.
I watched the first 2 episodes and I did record a reaction to it, and then I just didn't get around to editing them. And now I feel like it's been so long that I might as well just like start. Maybe on another stream, me and you could watch his original series.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm just saying. Will is like better at fantasy than Nintendo is what I'm trying to say. Side note, continue. I'm sorry.
Is how we get it.
The effects are looking much nicer every project.
Yeah.
I mean, they are still like YouTube standard quality, but you know they look
I mean,
pretty
my guy-
nice.
My guy, it's still YouTube.
I know. I think that I have the same fucking bow and arrow, by the way. Like, I mean,
That's dope.
it's exactly the same, like the same freaking pattern with the Yorn. I can see his hair underneath the wig.
No, you can't. What are you talking about?
Do you think it'd be that big of a deal if Link had black hair?
I mean, no. I mean, it's debatable on his hair color in games in general. He's had pink hair before and shit, so I mean, it's whatever. I mean, my guy, you hit a tree, chill.
He's having a fucking
sorry.
great time. He's just enjoying life, man.
Right?
It's like the ending of stupid Mario Brothers Legacy. It's the message. Just live life.
Live life.
Navi! What's on your mind?
Yo, hold on, pause this, my dude.
I did some really shitty Navi animation for Will, one of his old projects, where it was literally
there
just
we
a
go.
it was literally just a PNG of Navi floating around on the screen, and I was proud of myself too.
Hey man, whatever. But what the fuck is Navi doing here? This is Breath of the Wild, right?
I guess so. Yeah,
okay.
it says it says it right up there. It's going off of Nintendo Cinematic Universe rules.
I mean, that's fair. I'm sorry, but like, and this is the time where you could have created a new character.
Call it Ivan.
There we go.
Ivan
Okay,
the
sorry.
Incredible.
I'm sorry. It just
Isn't that a Netflix
Navi's
movie?
from. Sure, I don't know.
Ivan the Incredible.
I don't know. All I know is
Cody
that
recommended
in Zelda,
that movie to me years ago.
Oh, then check it out.
I think he recommended it as a joke because I looked up what the post. Let me wait. Hold on. Keep going, Chris.
But so each fairy has a different name. I think there's only 2 games specifically where there are fairies that are important, and the fairies actually mean something. They're of a coming of the age in Ocarina of Time for the Kokiri. Oh my fucking god. Okay.
All right, back to the.
But yeah, there are different fairies within the Ocarina of Time timeline. I do not think that there's any important named fairies in normal Zelda canon. So, I don't know why the hell they were Navi. Stupid point to bitch about. We'll just release a commentary on what the hell was going on in the writing process. Just
Hold on 1 second. My computer is acting all funky, and I'm trying to check something real quick. Fuck. Sorry, 1 second before we resume.
nah, it's all good. I love how we had like 3 viewers a few seconds ago, and now we're at 1.
Yeah, it's me.
The moment we switched to Zelda, it was over. Don't laugh at me, my child. How dare you?
Oh, I fucking hate this. Come on, let me fucking focus. Fucking piece
Yeah.
of shit.
Thought you'd find out a little more important than whatever's going on.
Alright, got it. Alright. We should be fine now. I apologize.
It is all good.
Let's resume.
No, I'm just doing it for myself. You can't be too safe these days, even in a winning war.
I guess so. Your father would be so proud of you. Link, you
Would he?
know you have people who
My
love
papa.
you. Just because you're the hero doesn't mean you're not allowed to feel. Please, if you ever want to...
Thanks, Navi, seriously. I gotta go on patrol, but...
What are we talking
Can't be too
about?
safe these days. Stay safe.
They're talking about Link's feelings. It's not a... It's a fine Navi effect. Hey, look, it's Will.
Alright.
Probably Will. Maybe it's not Will.
Oh wow, that arrow.
Gonna kill him with his own arrow. That's fucked up. Although the spear was missing from that arrow. So he just impaled him with the wood. That's a true testament of strength.
least make it a challenge for me.
At least make it a challenge. I'm sorry. I'm being rude.
Yeah, come on, guys.
I'm trying to make the commentary funny, so if it ever comes off as me being a prick, it's just me trying to amuse myself.
Hey.
What are the point of arrows in this universe if everyone can just catch them?
Only the talented can.
Yeah.
Maybe he trained him. Maybe that's his trainer from the past. I like that laugh. Hey, let me go back. I love that.
I think we already know the answer to that.
Sorry. Did you just the laugh? I don't know if you paused it and went backwards.
I did. I did.
But I wasn't paying attention. So all I heard was hold on. All I heard was stop telling me about the prophecy.
If I am, I just want to say this too, because Chris has given a disclaimer. If I am coming off as a prick at any point in this, I am just trying to keep myself entertained and not just do a reaction where it's like, oh, that's neat, oh, that's cool, because I don't feel like that offers anything. At that point, I might as well just re-upload Will's movie. So I'm being a goof. I like Will's stuff. Don't take this as an insult. If I was watching something Chris made, I would do the same thing. If I was watching something my good friend Zach made, I would be doing the same thing. We have done the same thing for Rich Alvarez, and I love Rich Alvarez.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, we're not trying to be assholes, and to be fair here, I'm gonna say the same thing because, like,
I understand if I just like mock stuff I see on the screen the whole time, someone who worked on this could get the wrong idea. So I just wanted to establish that.
No. I mean, to be fair here, fuck what we say. It's hard to make a production in general.
It is.
So,
it is, and they have improved.
So for this to even be a thing is just crazy, especially since the costuming is pretty good from what I've seen so far. So like,
yeah,
and same thing with the choreography.
I would have like not done the wig and just let Link have black hair, but you know it's fine.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Or you could hide the hair better, but I can literally see, like even in this shot, I can see it.
Yeah, you could totally do that. I also probably wouldn't have had people catching arrows.
Talking to me about this prophecy. I don't know anything.
Have them punch. Have them punch the arrow away.
Asshole for a minute.
Have them punch the arrow away, like it's going for them. Instead of grabbing it, they just like punch it, and it goes right back into the enemy.
Yeah.
What were you gonna? How are you gonna be an asshole this time, Chris? How are you gonna be an asshole today?
So, I hate to say it, but the way they got linked to yada yada that prophecy sounds a lot like The Room.
Does it?
You know, like the way Tommy Wiseau speaks. I'm sorry if that's an asshole thing.
I didn't notice it, but maybe.
I'll go back to it for a second.
Which part are you talking about?
What are you doing here?
I think we already know the answer to that.
The laugh? Is that what you're talking about?
No, wait for it. It's coming up.
Okay.
I already told you. Stop talking to me about this prophecy.
Okay, I heard it. I already told you.
There's better ways to go around that, but I'm sorry. Dialogue is one of the things that I really, really, really enjoy. So, like, forgive me.
Yeah, but since you're basically a walking weapon, and considering what Ganondorf's been able to do during this war, we need you, Link.
But there is no war. It's just a petty child with some mommy issues.
Yes, a petty man-child that managed to destroy half the kingdom in his time.
Yo, man. Stop shitting on Ganon like that, my guy.
Ganondorf's a fucking man-child who just, like...
Right? I want my Zelda first edition.
I don't want a job, Dad.
I don't want a job, Dad. I don't want to be a god, Dad, okay? I'm not following in your footsteps.
Which is why, screw all that. I'm sticking with you, no matter what you choose. Through thick and thin.
No kiss.
Do it.
Thick and thin.
Come on.
Come on. Let's head back to my
Hey.
place. Right through the lost way.
man, what the fuck Zelda world is this that, you know?
Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just the woods. It's every amateur filmmaker's location, myself included.
In the Triforce? In the Triforce?
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
He's back.
He's... The subtitles are fucking up. Oh, there's the word back. Link's
Yo,
back.
Ken's got a dope ass chair, man. Okay.
And
Okay.
and then there's just someone in the background saying, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Well, we've been walking in this forest for hours. What did he say he wanted? He said he wanted you. I don't know why, but he was using me to get to you.
Okay, who's this he?
The wizard, Will.
Right?
Will Wizard.
Oh.
I've got an entire squad by myself.
Wiz Brower.
I'm pretty sure I can handle a wizard. Let's hope you're right about that.
That's a nice Assassin's Creed sword there.
It's an Assassin's Creed sword. That's another series
they're
I've
all-
never played.
They're also using Sword Art Online swords too, but I mean, whatever, man.
Are they?
Yeah. I mean, it was one guy. I watched you kill two. You can chill out for a minute. I'm sorry being an ass, but like, Link just kind of ate that guy. There's no.
Come on, look. Who's that? Okay? Okay? Hey, back to the line of living, alright? You okay?
I just killed a guy.
This is supposed to be funny, right? Yeah. Okay, that was clearly
What's going on here?
that was clearly supposed to be a funny moment.
Okay, cool. Cause that's kind of fucked up.
There's always some comedy in these. I don't think he ever plays it completely straight.
Yeah. Okay.
That guy must be deaf. Because that was not very sneaky at all.
No. This note better not be important either.
Okay, that justifies
That makes
it.
sense.
He knew.
Okay.
The way he read that
You don't know
line
his
sounded
class.
like it could have been in like an old video game.
Yeah.
Please don't, I'm just a simple farmer.
You're gonna die like the other villagers in this damn kingdom! No!
That was great. Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
It is the
An
Assassin's
NCO?
Creed.
Yeah. It is the Assassin's Creed. I like that way better.
I have no
It's the
idea.
Assassin's Creed.
I know what the white cloak looks like. I know nothing about Assassin's Creed either. The sound effects there
Here's the note you requested.
did not match what was happening.
Quickly, you must go.
It sounded a lot more aggressive than what we actually were
Right.
seeing.
Right.
Is that the Zelda, the reincarnation of Zelda?
It must be.
Yeah, it is.
I can't believe it's you. Hello,
Why
princess.
can't you?
No hero.
Hi.
I'm safe now.
Why aren't
Yeah,
you
you're
that
right, 'cause
same
he's
guy,
dead.
but now you're wearing a mask?
There's no hero of time to save you now. Yeah, because the hero of time isn't in this game. I'm sorry.
Your sword is like broken on the top. That's not gonna do much to me.
Oh, it could hurt.
Yeah, I guess so. It's not very sharp.
That's what makes it worse.
Someone get the boss now. I have the princess. I need backup now.
Wait, is that Will doing the voice now? That wasn't Will.
Maybe. I don't know.
I might be wrong. I'd have to hear it again.
Is this Star Wars?
Did they do the Force?
I don't know.
It might be like wizardry. Like a wizard can do that.
My guy could have actually saved her, but instead he stayed in the shadows.
Well, Will Brower's a bad guy.
Link.
Oh, he is? Okay.
He just informed the one guy,
Don't be silly. I know
the
there's words
evil
inside and out.
man.
If anyone knows where we're going,
It might be Ganondorf, I don't know.
Come on, Beetle. Beetle.
Beetle? Bader?
Beetle.
Peter. Peter.
Beetle.
Oh, it's Beetle. Boy, okay, look, pause this, please. What the fuck? Why did you choose Beetle? Boy, if you don't get that out of here. Okay.
Wait, hold on.
So, okay, so, could you do me a favor?
What?
I know where, I don't know if, could you look, hey, my child, what's up? Could you look up Beetle for me? I want you to see who this character's supposed to be.
Oh, I know this guy.
they did my man dirty in this movie, man. Why did you make him Beetle?
That's funny.
Like 5 seconds.
Does that mean somewhere in this movie he's gonna own a boat and be shirtless? And like scream thank you?
I saw an Oni
Will
Plays
it buy
episode where they were playing that game. When you like walked off the boat, he looked really depressed.
Yeah. Well, no, when you buy things from him, he goes like, "Thank you."
Ah, Carl.
Bye.
Beetle. Beetle from Wind Waker.
The Beetle from Wind Waker. He's also in Breath of the Wild.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's in Breath of the Wild, Wind Waker, and Skyward Sword. So he's correct to be here. It's just weird. That's not correct. Or is it Vito? Man, I have no clue. Yo, on the next Duckcast thing, or Ducky thing we do, can we play a Zelda game?
Sure. Do you want what game which Zelda game would you like to play, Chris?
Shit, man. Let me get back to you, but we need to play at least one.
You're a girl. Girl. What the fuck? Oh, they know each other.
We're alive.
Wait, who was that? Who was that? Like, oh, there's just casual people in the background of this emotional shot.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, what's going on over there? That's interesting.
Wouldn't I be? Because last time I saw you, you were dead, and you look different, and
All I remember is
Oh, he's remembering
that's it.
the past carnation, so he has like the memories of his old self.
Oh, okay. So let's pause here. So
This
I
is
can
what.
explain some
Well, this
stupid
is
shit.
exactly what you were talking about before, of it not being the same person.
So let me explain this to you here. So this is where they need to like actually clarify what the fuck's going on. So in the game Breath of the Wild, what happened is Link got his ass kicked by not Ganon, but by the spirit technically of Ganon's rage. So what happened is he got his ass beat, he got put into cryo, and he lost his memory. Right?
Okay.
That's what happens in the game. They never explained that shit in this movie. So,
Not
like,
yet, at least.
So they kind of, yeah, exactly. So they kind of expect you to know that, you know.
I mean, someone who watches
But-
a Zelda fan film very well may know that, but
Yeah, I feel like I feel like you could have given some more clarification on this. Is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because you could easily be confused because we just watched Link die at the beginning of this movie.
Yeah.
So like you can literally just think it's the reincarnation and
Yeah,
one remembers the other.
Well, it was also Link and Zelda being played by two different people, so I think it implies reincarnation.
Oh, it definitely is. There definitely is reincarnation in Zelda games. But I'm just saying, like, I can see where somebody would be confused, though. You know. Because technically, in Breath of the Wild, Link he was beaten to near death.
Mm-hmm. Alright. If I ever were to play
also-
a Legend of Zelda game, it probably would be Breath of the Wild. That one looks like it'd be the most enjoyable for me.
You should probably play Breath of the Wild. If you want something simpler, like, more to the point, I'd recommend Skyward Sword. You know? I'll play it with a Pro Controller, though.
Gotcha. Yeah, I might check out those games one day. No plans right now.
Or you can say fuck all of that and check out my Zelda review that'll be hopefully coming out this month.
I'll
Ocarina of Time.
Well, I will watch that regardless of whether
On
I play
Smash
the
Pack.
games. Yes.
Oh no, I'm just being an asshole and promoting myself.
Go, everybody watch Smash Pact.
Yeah, all
good
two viewers.
I'll throw in a link. Let's resume.
Ganondorf is running around and looking for the Triforce.
Why?
Because if he knows
What the
we're
fuck
alive,
does that prick
he'll
want?
use the knowledge of Triforce against us.
Yeah, like literally.
Me and Beetle are gonna take care of this. We are not getting separated again.
Me and Beetle are gonna take care of this.
Beetle, get the fuck over
He's got a
here.
boat.
I love how he immediately. I love how after that he immediately resumed yelling, "Beetle, Beetle."
We are not getting separated again.
Beetle, get off that tree! Sorry.
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
We are not getting separated again.
Sounds like he's screaming at like a dog.
He looks so annoyed.
Or like he has a friend over that's not supposed to be in his room.
He looks so
something.
annoyed. Beetle.
We are gonna take care of this. We are not getting separated again.
I mean, at least he has his priorities of finding his friend.
I know. I no disrespect. I love the way that's delivered.
Right?
We are
Because it does sound like he's like off to the side yelling at like a kid or a dog.
Yeah.
Who's like interrupting him.
not getting separated again.
So proud.
We are not getting separated again.
I'm sorry, I'm a fucking idiot.
This is why I can't do editing jobs, because I would have had him screaming Beetle still to this point.
What are you doing here?
That's Agnew.
I'm just following our king's orders.
Is Agnew a Zelda character that you're familiar with, or is that an OC?
Pause it. I'm gonna find out. I feel like he is. Hold on.
They're at least throwing in like references. Give them props for that.
I'm sorry, my child is very happy in the background.
That's good.
No, there's no Agnew.
All right, that's a new character. Agnew might be a
I mean-
character that's going to connect to the other movies then.
At least I don't think there's an Agnew. If there is, he's probably the guy from Age of Calamity. But the fuck that noise. You know, could you pause this?
Yeah.
The best way to describe what this movie is it's like watching a Marvel movie, and then saying, "Oh yeah, Batman's here." Like you can't ignore the fact that it's just weird as fuck for like Batman to be acknowledged.
It's definitely
in Marvel.
supposed to be. It's definitely supposed to be an MCU thing.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. I know I understand why it would be weird for Batman to be in MCU, and I understand how you're connected it to this. I just mentioned, and this is part of a cinematic universe, as the title, as the intro suggested.
You need. You're not getting it from me.
So there's gonna be more. There's gonna be more of this afterwards. That's a cool effect. Good job. Honestly, the way that it's like shot and edited together is pretty well done.
Yeah.
Like that right there was a nice shot. Everybody is like clearly giving it an effort too. Like none of these people. I've seen like amateur films or fan films where it seems like it's a lot of people like just kind of helping their friends out, but they're not really happy to be there. It kind of feels like everybody in this wants to be here. It kind of feels like everybody's like getting into it. I know I'm laughing at some of Link's deliveries, but I do think I do think he is I do feel like he like seems like he wants to be there. It seems like he wants to be in this role, and when he's doing the fight scenes, he's doing really well.
I mean, to be fair here, though, me and you would probably laugh at AAA movies in general. So
yeah,
really
I mean,
matter.
I went to see a fucking Dwayne the Rock Johnson movie, Skyscraper, just to have some good old laughs.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how to respond to that. I'm sorry.
It's a funny movie.
Oh, homie! I love the magical grenades.
Yeah. They're like the blue grenades in Breath of the Wild, which I am familiar with, but like they're just like a regular grenade painted blue. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're the second best choice.
Okay.
Why second best choice? Couldn't you like Link was on the ground? Couldn't you take him?
Right?
These subtitles are awful.
They definitely are.
No, God damn!
And that's not Will's fault. That's YouTube's fault. But goddamn.
Okay, so hold on.
Wait,
I'm about to talk about something.
Wait, and the word "it" just showed up. That guy. Did you see that guy run in the background?
No, could you go back?
Oh, it's a bike. It's a cyclist.
Oh,
never mind.
So I'm about to nitpick something that's very stupid.
Go ahead.
There is like technically no god in Zelda. It's a goddess. I know that that's stupid to point out, but it's a writing note. You know?
I guess so, yeah. If you want to get like really specific.
Well, I mean, okay, so like since there's goddesses, there's no male god in the series. So if you're gonna make a fantasy series, and this is just a writing note, and I know that this is shitty, but this is what I was taught. If you want to be convincing, have a convincing, lore. You know what I mean? Convincing.
Well, you've suggested this for an element before, actually.
Yeah.
When talking about like, okay, will the character say "God damn it," or will they have like another like word to replace God?
Well, it's because you can't like it. I get it that we live in a world or society where we do have a higher power like that.
We got a comment in chat from Game Paralysis that said "Goddess, damn it."
There we go. Because I mean, there's no it's I don't know. It's like if Star Wars was like I don't know how to put it.
Star
I'm just
Wars.
stupid. Yeah, okay. Whatever Olivia said. Did you hear her?
I did, but I couldn't make out.
Good. Olivia, could you come here and say that real quick? Oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah. It would be like someone making a Star Wars fan project and being like, we pray to Joe. We believe in Joe. Not the Force, but Joe, who made the Force.
Yeah, if you're going to make a project, the best thing you should do is literally think within the world so that we don't have hiccups like this. I know that it's not important to people that don't play Zelda, but, you can't... It's just... You know what I mean? It's just something that,
Yeah.
Not even basic Zelda lore, just like... It's like if in Lord of the Rings, they're all of a sudden like, hello, Jimmy, my god!
It's a very small note, but it's still a legitimate note.
It's a small note, but it's something that really it will destroy it. It's something that somebody will point out, a better writer will point out, and if you sent this into a writing thing, somebody be like, well, if this is the lore, it's simple shit is what I'm trying to get at. Continue.
It's good to acknowledge these things, though. You know.
Yeah, I'm not judging them for it. I'm just saying, in a world where they're full of goddesses, and there's no god, it's weird that they say, "God damn it."
Goddess Damasits.
Goddess damn it.
Oh, there's Beetle.
Well, wouldn't that be technically gods be damned at that point? Or may the gods damn you? Like, there's so many things you can do with it.
My lord.
Not now, Agony.
You failed me.
It's Agonheim.
I thought you were saying that.
Okay, so it's not Ganondorf.
No, Agonheim
Which is good.
is
Which is good because it doesn't look like Ganondorf, but I don't know.
Agonheim was you. Okay, so do you mind if you pause this for a second?
Sure. We will eventually need to get some progress on this runtime.
Hold on, my child is having an attack. What's up? Oh, too bad. Parenting with Chris. Okay, so for context, right? Yes, son. Okay, so Agonheim is a follower of Ganondorf, which appeared in Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. The reason why this is important is because yes, you can reference him all you want, but like, make sure that you're doing the right lore, I guess. Also, Ganondorf is not in Breath of the Wild either. Ganon isn't even in the game, so spoilers, by the way.
Gotcha.
Okay. Continue.
By the way, did I ever tell you why we weren't doing Stardew? Because I know that's what I messaged you with originally.
No, you never explained.
Sorry, I forgot to. Mitzi just couldn't make it tonight, so we'll wait.
Oh, it's all good.
Triforce will be yours, my lord. I'm sure of it.
You better. I've got a lot of standing in this spot to do. Your laugh
Ganon
synced
liked
up.
your joke.
Yeah. It's your laugh and his laugh synced up pretty well. It sounded demented because it's two laughs going off at once.
Yo, Ganon's got some dope kicks.
It's not Ganon. Wait, is that Ganon? What the fuck? I thought he wasn't Ganon. Is that Ganondorf?
Hey, could you pause this for a minute? I gotta ask Olivia a dumb question. Yeah? Does the Triforce give a shit if Ganon uses it? Okay.
Honestly,
Yeah, okay.
It's been actual years since I've seen a Xanderbrow video. From the little I've seen, this is definitely better. Glad to see he's improved a lot. He has improved a lot. He definitely...
he is definitely.
They can shoot some pretty good action scenes. They can do some pretty good do good choreography. Their editing's better. Their special effects are better. And it's just they're still doing it. Everybody I know who was making these like short films and fan films back in the past, they've all stopped, including myself. Will's kind of the only one still kicking, and I appreciate that.
Oh, same. I'm just asking for my own mental.
I'm just responding to a comment.
Shit! I am. Wow! Holy fuck! I'm not paying attention. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's just like I do that a lot. I talk about Will, and I constantly get defensive over it, just because it's like I understand that doing this could come off as mean. But again, one, Will has always enjoyed these, he said, and two, it's just like it's boring if I just sit and like praise everything. I do like this at the end of the day. I think it's like one just trying to make it funny, like make it entertaining to watch, but also two, it's like genuine feedback, genuine criticism.
Well, the thing is, most of my criticism comes from like writing hiccups. That I get it. Really, the biggest thing is that he has production that's great, but writing is very important, and that can set you from being okay to perfect.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people focus on the technique of film and choreography over writing, and once again, writing is literally what makes part of the movie. I mean, of course, directing does, because you can have an amazing screenplay and a terrible director. But I the biggest problem I have with Will Brower's stuff is minor writing hiccups, and even then, it's not that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'd argue put more research into stuff.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair enough, because I do think that Will's true passion comes from making the fight scenes. Like that is what he cares about. That is like his favorite part of all of these. That's he never told me that, but that is the vibe I get from watching his stuff. And even back in the day, like, his old fight scenes were literally just fighting with two wooden sticks. And obviously they've improved so much, but I still think that was his favorite part back then. Writing has never been the highlight of a Zanderbrow video. I really liked that Warfare show from years ago just because of how fucking ridiculous it got. We had a lot of fun watching that back in the day. His newer stuff, I enjoy watching it. I definitely think Will could learn a thing or two about writing, but I also... as long as there's something to appreciate, But I think it's good that you're here, because I'm normally not critical of the writing, just because I don't really know what to say about it.
It's just like I said, most of my complaints definitely come from writing, and that's and to be fair here, it's also because I'm a Zelda fan. I feel like a lot of stuff I would let slide if I didn't know better. But and also the other thing is that, as you said, one of the greatest things about this project right now is these people actually look like they care about what they're doing, and they're giving performances. They're actually giving performances. It's not like they're reading off a script. They actually look like they're giving a shit.
Yeah, they all want to be there, and they're all giving it their best effort, and they've got all of my respect, and they don't need my respect, but they do have it.
Also, the other thing that's kind of hard about this kind of production is that I don't care if it's just one or two people. It is hard, especially with this past year, when this was probably released this year or last year, regardless. It's hard to get people together.
I think they started it last year, went on hiatus for like a year, and then they finished it up this year. Because they even said when they started filming it, Zelda wasn't casted. Like this, the person they got to play Zelda in this, I forget her name, was not the original actor.
Either way, it's hard to do a production, legitimate or not. So the appreciation here is from that alone too. Is that they got people to pull this off.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the other way though?
Wait, calm down. Tell me to calm down. It took the princess. Do not tell me to calm down.
I'm sorry.
I do hear a little bit of Tommy Wiseau in that voice.
I'm just saying. This is obviously a trap.
He took
the trap. That's a nice ass shot.
That is a really nice shot. Got a lot of detail.
Why not going to him? She'll be fine. She'd want you to continue on your journey anyways.
Watch your walk.
Man, yo, can I be a bitch for a minute?
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry. He doesn't want you to. He's against it.
He definitely doesn't. I'm sorry. Can you give me a second on this one?
What a clip.
So my point, I don't want to be an asshole here. I really don't. But could we had a better transition there?
Let's watch that. Sometimes abrupt transitions like that can work really well. I don't know if there was really like a purpose for it there, but it's not too bad.
I don't know. I feel like, and this is not my production, so it doesn't matter. I would have tried to.
Well, like
establishing shots or something.
I think that's actually something Will could work on is transitions, because you can have a very meaningful transition from one scene to the next. I think Will just films all the scenes and then compiles them together.
I mean, because see, like, the reason why I'm upset about it is because that last scene was really good. A little bit of Tommy Wiseauisms, whatever, but it was
that,
still
that
really
that
good.
it, and just to give that actor some credit, that's just a couple of times I've noticed it. It's not like consistent.
Yeah, it's not the whole thing. I'm just saying. I mean, to be fair here, it's also hard to. Acting's hard.
It is.
I'm just gonna say that straight up.
I fucking suck at acting. I'm like the worst actor in all of my videos.
It depends on what I'm doing, but yeah, acting's fucking hard, dude. You either oversell it. You gotta feel out the role.
Yeah.
And I feel like what I'm trying to say is that last scene, despite, because I mean, like I said, the actor didn't oversell it, which is the worst thing you could do. You could tell that the person was upset. There was kind of a gravity with the way that they shot it, and then boom, we're here. And I think it would have been nice to have a transition.
Let's,
or at least a smoother transition.
I would agree, but let's try, and I know I'm doing it too, but let's try to go 5 minutes without another pause, because I feel like we've been stuck in the 20-minute mark for like 20 minutes now,
sure
more than
have.
2
Let's
minutes
get
in.
moving.
Yes, my lord, but she is well secured. I can easily retrieve the Triforce with you.
No!
I love that. No! That's great.
One-man mission only. Do you understand?
As you
Not really, no.
If this map is correct, I'll return in 2 days.
But
It
what
sure
if
is not correct.
What do you mean?
What if you can harness the
Yes,
power?
there's this map has buildings on it. We haven't. There's no buildings around here. It's just woods. This is the close. This thing right here is the closest thing we have resembling a building. That's a cool shot.
Hey,
Yeah.
Good camera. Good setup.
I just wanted to say I'm sorry. It's just, like with everything going on, everything with the kingdom, Ganondorf, Princess, it's just overwhelming,
yeah, it's overwhelming for sure, but you're gonna do
You know,
great.
that's cool. It definitely is overwhelming. I would love to know what makes it overwhelming, though,
I believe in you.
because you haven't really explained what the
It's
fuck's going on.
it's multiple things, Chris.
I get it, but like, sorry for being an asshole here once again.
I
Oh,
thought-
okay.
I thought that was Beetle for a second. I thought that was Beetle fucking stabbing him.
Got any more?
You know what I love is I love how they got Will running at him. I need that as like a gift.
It's a gift that you send to someone who's absolutely fucked. Like he's coming for you, and
Yeah.
you're not gonna win. I like the floppy swords.
Other cosplay swords.
I know. I think he's hit it better in previous productions.
We're gonna be fighting these guys all day.
That's just the age talking on that.
No, I think it's that wizard we just fought. We can't all fight bad guys all day like you, Link.
What? Was that a wizard?
I don't think so. Was it? That's a sound from the video game, Beetle. Let's go that
Sure
way.
is. It's a song that shouldn't be in this game.
Those eyes are exploring. Him and Beetle have a true bond.
They sure do.
Does Beetle have any significance in that game? Like, is he just a store clerk?
Yep, he's a wandering merchant.
Does he have like any like close bond with Link in the games?
No, not really.
So it's just a complete reimagining of Beetle.
You bet your sweet Peppy.
I like the shot of him sitting on the tree that was just there before. It was a nice way to do that transition. I like
Yeah.
it. Aw. That's how Tommy was so laugh.
You okay? It was the Lost Woods, wasn't it?
Is he gonna cough up blood? Yeah. I've got the COVID.
God, are you alright?
Nah.
Don't worry.
We should have
Gingivitis.
pushed. We should have pushed filming back a few
All
more
these sensors we
months.
sent to Link have failed. We need something else.
I mean, when you have assassins running face first at Link, I mean,
Insurance won't catch up to us.
What reinsurance?
What is he doing? Oh, fuck. What an actual gruesome thing to throw in.
right?
God, the hell was that?
Need a drop for the ritual.
That was like slitting a wrist. That would kill you.
Could have just asked.
Unless that doesn't... maybe, I guess it doesn't kill
It wouldn't.
Ag.
I'm not gonna tell you how, but that wouldn't do it.
What's that?
Is it because it's the Zelda world, or...
No, it's because in reality.
He was cutting
It's
his
a dark
wrist.
joke I have, but I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it because it's a dark joke. I'll tell you it later.
Okay.
I met her years ago. And everything going on now, we could really use her help.
You know what's really great, or what annoys me about Will Brower's productions of this shit, is how close he gets to understanding the lore of something, but just doesn't do it right.
He's having a panic. He's having anxiety.
Oh no, they summoned Darklink, but they did it in the wrong way.
Get away. Are you okay? Get away. Get away.
Beetle!
Wait, what's wrong with you?
Get away
No!
from me! Beetle! Oh, his sword broke.
Link.
I like how the subtitles miscalculated that as wink.
That should take care of him.
Very good, my lord.
So Link thinks Beetle is Dark Link right now.
I believe so. I don't. Oh, okay. Just, you can't change swords like that, my guy.
That's not good.
You know,
It was nice of him to give him time to pick up the sword.
right? Lots of bits about that. You know what would be really great to have right now? A shield.
Yeah. He can just like catch the sword of his hand.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah, that's cool. Can we actually fight?
oh,
What? What?
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
Oh, okay, hold on.
I like that transition of like Beetle running away from him. That's kind of cool. I like the scene actually.
Yeah.
It's me.
Okay,
Like
can I get a
if-
pause on this one?
If he kills Beetle in this scene, that would actually be like a really good like horror scene.
It most
Because
definitely would be dope.
it'd be so fucking unfortunate.
It would be, but this is exactly what I was talking about on how Will is better than the actual Zelda lore. Because that's not what Darklink is. But my God, it'd be way better if they actually did that. This is a perfect example of Will just should be doing his own thing.
We got another comment from Game Paralysis. I like he's playing around with color grading. Yeah, they've been messing with color grading a lot lately. I think it really, the way they color it really benefits them in some scenes. I would say overexposure is still an issue in a lot of shots, but most of the shots look really nice.
Yeah,
they definitely have gotten good at kind of creating a more cinematic look. It's grown a lot. There was like a point where they were going for this like really highly saturated look, and they've been a lot more desaturated lately. I feel like there's a good in between they could reach that they haven't quite gotten to yet, but their production is looking like a lot nicer as of lately, both like color wise too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, I'm
anything
done.
else you want to say?
No, I just wanted to say that Will Brower. This is an example of Will Brower doing better than actual Nintendo lore.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool concept for a scene. I enjoy it. And both of these guys are doing a good job making the fight look pretty convincing, and
Right.
like I said, if he actually fucking killed Beetle in this scene, this would be like legitimately a terrifying scene.
Yo, real talk. Link's got some mad kicks.
Yeah, I liked that.
Yeah. What's that?
What are you two doing in my backyard?
Get the fuck out of here.
Is that you?
Who is this?
I don't know.
Beetle.
Beetle.
Long time no see.
It's a D, YouTube, not a T.
Yes. So, what do you ask of me this time?
Asking me this time.
Oh, actually.
Who is this person supposed to be?
Look at those bike riders.
Drink?
Oh, actually.
Those are the next. Those are the next antagonists. They have to fight them.
Yeah. My more important question is, who is she supposed to be?
I'm not sure. Let me
Did
rewind.
you catch her name? 'Cause
I
didn't.
didn't.
Her name.
Let's rewind. It's the subtitles
What are you
didn't
two
get it
doing in my
right.
backyard?
Syrup. Is that you?
I still didn't
Doing
hear
in my
it.
backyard.
Syrup.
Syrup? Zero? What?
Is that you?
I don't know.
It's pronounced so weirdly.
Beetle.
Beetle.
Long time no see.
Beetle
time no see,
pumpkin
Tails.
eater.
So, what do you ask of me this time?
Oh, right. Tails.
Oh, actually.
Can I? She seems so annoyed. Kind of great.
I sensed something off about that one. Come on.
Yeah, well, he did just try to murder me, so I'm starting to agree.
Yo, dude, he
By the way,
got
my
beat.
name's Link.
He got beat so hard his wig like shifted.
Yeah, we're not worried about being polite to you. You almost fucking killed me.
Give me your hands. So you say you were cursed by a wizard?
Yes. He appeared to us in the Lost Woods, and he kidnapped Zelda.
Zelda, huh?
You know our princess?
That-
Yo, whatever,
That dumb bitch.
Now
Man,
calm
you
your
know-
minds and let me in.
man. You know the political kerfuffle that would be. It'd be weird, right? Yeah?
That's better.
Is it? Yeah, okay. What the fuck? With the subtitles.
Link.
The guy who plays, did it say applause?
Sorry, Link.
Yeah!
Excuse me?
I was just looking back at the stream on my phone.
Ganon summoned him. What is your mission?
The guy who plays Beetle has been in most of Will's newer productions. He's a pretty recurring cast member.
Oh,
I don't remember.
We should stop. We should stop.
No, I almost got it.
I think you should let go.
No, I
I really want you to let go now, please.
You're bleeding. You should let go.
No, Darkly, what is your mission?
I know you don't
Darkly.
get good vibes from me, but I'm pretty sure it's a really good idea for you to let go right now.
That was a cool scene with good build-up. I like it.
I guess. I just don't understand what the hell happened.
I don't understand what the hell is happening either, but
Like,
You will tell me your mission.
other than she was pushing herself in a way she shouldn't have been. Or maybe she should have been, because maybe this went well.
which is like,
We'll tell your master that you're finished.
okay. Is she? Huh?
She saved the day.
What's going on here? Can somebody explain this shit to me?
He was created to kill you, Link. I set him loose on Ganondorf and hoping that could buy us some time.
Well, what do we do now?
You need to find a weapon that will counter him.
In case you haven't noticed, I already have a weapon.
Yes, but that was dark magic. You need to find a weapon that you can connect with.
Connect?
The Master Sword?
I gotta look at his sword.
Nah, it's the
Have
Pickery
you ever
Sword,
heard
man.
of
Uh.
the Master Sword?
It's the Beam Saber.
Yeah. No, it's the Four Sword, man.
It's
Buster
the
Sword from Final Fantasy VII.
it's the Zephyr Blade. It's Duralius and Associates, good show. Have you ever seen Duralius and Associates, Chris?
No.
You should watch Duralius and Associates. It's a really funny show.
Hold on. I love the "what are you doing?" because that was like almost like a legitimate reaction.
What the fuck?
What are you doing?
Yeah, it is a very appropriate response, honestly.
Right?
Yeah, the guy that got to play Dark Link clearly has some talent in doing this.
Yeah.
He's got a Bane mask. Not really. It's not really a Bane mask, but
A spell! Use your magic to fix him!
Spell, you say?
Yes!
Right away, my lord.
I wish they would have dragged that scene out like by like another minute of Will just saying, "Oh, you want me to zap him?" Yes.
You sure?
Are you gonna behave now? Yes, sir.
Gonna be a good boy.
Sure. It was indeed, sire.
That witch has been against me for too long now.
Does she know?
Who?
Doesn't matter. Once I get the Triforce, she will bow before me.
Well, not to worry, my lord. Now that we have
I
Zelda
mean-
and Darklink under
I mean, once you get
control,
the Triforce,
we
you
will remain on
technically
top.
like can do whatever the hell you want.
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
I can do this.
I would suggest doing a shot from like the other angle. Yeah, like like kind of like that, but it doesn't show her trapped anymore. So
Yeah.
it'd be good to do like a shot from the other angle to kind of make it more convincing.
Tell me, what is the purpose of being a princess of Hyrule? Money, power, to be bigger?
What I do is to protect my kingdom from people like you who just wants to destroy it.
Ah, but why do we want to destroy it?
Well, I don't know. Money, power, to be bigger.
We just want peace, and this is how we get it.
Really? Yeah, that was peace. I think you're on the
So,
wrong side.
can you pause this for me for a minute? So this is what I'm talking about bad writing. Is you could have actually really made Ganon sympathetic, given him an actual reason, implying that there is no peace, especially with the reincarnation idea, right? And that might not be what they're going towards. Like they might be trying to make Agenheim the good guy to prove the point that Ganon's bad. But I feel like questions like this is like the Linkara movie. Hey, do you believe in God? Moment.
I need to watch
Where
the
you're like,
Linkara movie one day. We might do it. We might do it. Me and Matt might do it for our Hollow Victories podcast, where we just watch two really bad movies and see which one's better. Because there's probably going to be a reviewer episode. We've said maybe doing an episode where it's the angry video game nerd movie versus Atop the Fourth Wall of the movie.
okay.
We're not going to do fucking nostalgia critic shit because To Boldly Flee would be the one we'd go with, and no.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, I get... This is one of those things of where, like, they could have just kept their pace instead of trying to ask these bigger questions.
Yeah.
But, you know damn well they're not going to get into it.
I mean, maybe that's like the idea is they do a sequel that goes into it more. it can be hard to figure all this out in like a hour and 10-minute runtime for sure.
And that's why my point is I wouldn't recommend doing it.
I hear what you're saying. By the way, I just plain devil's advocate.
I know. I'm just saying. I think that the pacing of it just being an action movie would be better because I where you're trying to come from just kind of comes off as a. Are you really gonna talk about this, or are you doing this just to get like not even really a point across? It just feels like it's it's just kind of a rough point. We don't need to ask these questions.
Aesthetically, there are scenes in this one that I actually love. Like, I actually really did like the fight scene between Link and Dark Link, where it's also cutting back to Beetle being on the other side. I thought that was really cool. I thought the music fit it well. I know. Let me finish. It's just like, I agree though that overall it's kind of hard to follow a main plot in this. It's just kind of scene after scene, and there are some that I really like, but I feel like they could be connected to a stronger script. And that's why I'm saying I think the fight scenes are what Will's really into. It might benefit Will to have someone else write his stuff, and then he can still like direct it, you know. Unless Will actually wants to improve as a writer and keep going, because like I said, I think filmmaking is what Will's best at. I think someone, I don't know, either he needs to take some notes on writing, or he needs someone else to do it for him, probably. But but there's some really cool ideas here.
Yeah, I think the best way to I'm just saying is that I'm not trying to dish writing. I understand, this is only an hour-long film. I just feel like if you know it's only going to be about an hour or so, you should probably not try to talk about deeper concepts and just stick to the action. And I get that there could be a sequel, but I really doubt they're going to talk about peace and shit. It's just a hard thing to talk about perspective for a villain if the movie's already not about it, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta have a lot more time to focus on them then.
Yeah. Actually, that's the best example of Nelman, is that it's all about perspective, really.
Well, Nelman is going to spend a really long time on its quote-unquote villain that we won't say anything else about.
But, that's like if in Nelman, episode 2, we go, "Hey, Nelman, are you a good guy?" And then Nelman starts being like, "Well, in a hypothetical standpoint, maybe."
Too soon.
Too soon. Yeah, we're not gonna get into the ethical ideas of Nelman, and it's gonna take some time. And that's what I'm trying to say, is we should have. This concept should have been put up a little bit more,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, last but not least, this is called the Breath of the Wild movie, but yet there's no actual connection to the game except for maybe the costumes. So
the characters have breath. They're pretty wild too.
Well, have fun sitting here doing nothing, because you're gonna be here for a long time.
Will took it so personally. It's like,
I love the fucking. I love YouTube's comment section.
What did someone leave a comment on this video?
Is he gonna tell if I'm evil or something?
What are you talking about? The comment section?
Not the comments, the
annotations.
They're terrible. Yeah.
The not annotations, subtitles. Annotations don't exist anymore. Oh hey, look! Remember Navi?
Link.
Oh, that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me earlier.
Weird.
I think that's exactly how Link responded earlier. Is this Zelda music?
Yes.
Okay. It was just reminding me of that fucking Persona. Okay, this I recognize. I love this track. It was reminding me of the fucking Persona music for a second.
The Velvet Room? Yeah.
Yeah. It's impossible to use this song improperly. All you have to do is have a dramatic walk scene and it's lovely.
Right. Yo, dude, if you're not gonna dedicate to boots, please do not show footwear.
Was that not
I'm
boots?
sorry.
Let me go back. I mean, that's not an entirely unreasonable shoe for Link to wear, is it? Maybe it
It
is.
kind of is. Yeah, it kind of is.
The red is what's mainly throwing me off. If they were like more brown, I think that you could argue they're like kind of like old timey shoes.
Yeah, it's just the fact that the red also just the costume is.
The red makes it look more like sneakers.
Yeah. Well, my problem. Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, there's Dark Link again.
What's up with the neglecting of the shield? I get it, but like, shield combat is actually. Could you pause this for a minute? I want to just say something that kind of is something I noticed about Will Brower stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And not trying to be mean, this is something that I feel like if Will Brower watches this would be pretty cool for him to hear. She probably buy a better shield, right? Because I've noticed that in every video they have, they throw the shield. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but I'd recommend buying a battle-ready shield or at least a prop shield, because shield combat is actually a very important thing that movies tend to forget. A shield is a very important form of defense, and it seems that a lot of people just don't like using it. You can do a lot of really cool scenes with a shield, you know, using it almost as a weapon and also, you know, having it as defense. It's
Cool.
something to think about.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's good advice.
Okay, sorry.
There. Don't apologize. That's what we're here. We agreed to watch this, and we're doing it. Oh, it's a weird cut.
Right.
Whoa. Hey, iconic shot.
Yeah, okay, so I see what's up with the shield. He bought a decorative shield, so there's no actual place for the hands.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
Yo, that's a nice Frostborn sword, dude.
It's the Triforce. I found it after all these years. Now I will rule the world. I like that. That's cool. That was a neat effect. Applause.
Right?
Anytime, okay, from now on, anytime it says applause, if we notice it, we gotta like clap, because it's like it's a command now. Yeah, he lost the shield.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, you did call that. Beetle, you came back. So why did Link vanish before?
No!
He just kind of like
Sorry, what did you
disappeared.
ask?
Well, why did like Link disappear when he was with Beetle?
I don't know.
Like that right there was good because they showed it behind her. That's what they should have done before. That was actually a pretty well done effect that they did right there. Kudos.
Yeah.
I mean that looks like they put a shitload of effort into it. That shit is time consuming.
Yeah.
Kiss it.
Do it.
That was a good. That was a cool shot right there, actually, because that looked like it actually like fucking slit his neck. If you had some like fake blood, and I know that can be hard to pull off like practically like that, but that would have been like perfect.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool shots in this movie. They should be proud of themselves for that. Yeah, there was a Nike logo in that shot. I agree. Don't show the shoe if it doesn't match the character.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that I hate to try to be nitpicky, but they clearly spent money on costumes. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. The costumes are not bad. There's just little things. There's room for improvement.
Well, that's the problem. Is the costumes are actually really good, and that's what.
Yeah, give Link new shoes for the next movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, so why is the Master Sword broken? We have an issue.
That's not good. That's not good.
Beetle, you okay? You just scratched me. Then why were you out for the whole fight? Ugh.
Little bitch.
Yeah, get up, Beetle. Go run a store or something.
Yeah, the way he did that, it's like he accidentally impaled Beetle. Oh, it's the tree from Ocarina of Time, right?
I mean, it's in Wind Waker and
Okay.
It's in other games.
Cool.
It chose.
You can see he fixed it at least. There's tape on it.
I'm sorry, what?
Look at the sword. He taped
What's up
it.
with the sword?
He taped it back on. They fixed it. It's okay. It's okay now. They fixed the Master Sword. Okay, no, like canonically, that's not just like something you're supposed to know. Canonically, Link actually did accidentally break it, and his solution was to tape it. That is the canonical thing that happened in this movie.
I mean, to be fair here, I will say this though: in Breath of the Wild, the Master Sword can be broken; it repairs itself.
Oh yeah.
So technically, I can bitch about. I mean, I can bitch about it, and I'm in the wrong. But
my headcanon is Link was like, oh no, and then he just like quickly took out tape and fixed it.
Legend of Zelda, the Scotch tape of time.
You are obviously worthy of its power.
Who are you?
I have been here for many years, and I have many names.
Is that Will doing the voice or someone
I am
else?
often referred to as the Deku Tree.
I have many names. Just kidding. I only have one.
If that's Will, that's not a bad voice.
It was actually you who held that Master Sword, and I see you.
I mean, you
returned
and
to
only
claim it
you.
once again.
I don't think it's Will.
This power
No, I don't
comes
think
at
so.
a price.
I could kind of hear
But
some
you
of
paid
Will's mannerisms in the voice, but it was still like a good voice.
Yeah, I
It
don't
was
know.
before,
Even if it's not Will, it's not a bad voice.
and I believe you can do it. Once
But I'm just impressed if that is
So
Will.
use it well.
Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
Ooh, could have done a better shot.
It was a weird cut. A very abrupt cut. And he just kills. It just kills
Yeah,
Beetle.
murders Beetle.
I'm sorry, Beetle.
What is it, man? Where's the princess? She's right. Yeah.
Yeah, bitch.
Didn't work as well as you said.
Will is like one of the Three Stooges in this.
Fix it. If she's not with you, don't bother coming back.
He just keeps fucking something up. Like,
To
oh.
be fair here, the way he screamed it reminds me a lot of Bowser from Mario. Super Mario Brothers.
Killed Dark Link with it. Link has gotten powerful. To make him lose his worthiness.
Well, the subtitle for that time, that was a rare occurrence of the subtitles being fucking perfect.
So cool, Dark Link's dead. I did it.
They like not only were all accurate, but they showed up the exact second he said each word.
A long way.
Yeah.
It was poetic, really.
And I can do it. I can.
Yo, I think we accidentally stepped into Kingdom Hearts.
Ganondorf. Oh,
Ganondorf just choking out Beetle.
He's just like being a fucking schoolyard bully.
Don't let your friend go in peace. To you, you deranged psychopath, never. Sure about that? I think your friend begs to differ.
Yeah, I mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. Everybody in this scene is giving it their all. Kudos.
Okay. Keep it between us. What kind of a man are you? What has he done to you? It started with us, let it end with us. We'll leave him out of it.
I mean, you called him a man-child, so none of you guys are safe.
My decision.
You called me a man-child, I'll have you know, and he just starts listing his accomplishments.
I'll have your head for that.
It's like really petty.
I'm sorry.
No!
Yo, we got some WWE moves over here.
So, Will, come on now. You did a very good job up until this point.
Damn it, I would have noticed.
You did a really good job up until this point. Be careful about that.
I didn't notice that, but you're right.
I'm never not going to acknowledge this.
Yeah, that's a move.
And I know for a fact that you're better than this. You are better than this.
Yeah. You gonna talk about that choke slam though?
Let's take a look at what's actually happening on screen. Yeah, see, and that was
it's a pretty dope ass choke slam. I'm not gonna lie.
It was, and that's the sad thing about that shot is game paralysis says, yeah, the sequence is perfect until the cameraman's shadow is so clearly there. That's what's so sad about that is that was clearly like a thing that they had to practice, and like it's a cool, well pull off stunt, but it's just like,
yeah,
you ruined it. But like, I mean, kudos to the actors in the scene, but yeah, you gotta watch for that, especially with like a shot like that.
Yeah,
because that was a good shot, just minus the shadow. I also gotta say, I feel like there was a more satisfying way to kill off Beetle. Like that scene where like Link was fighting him, I feel like that would have been way more impactful than just like, oh, Ganondorf comes in at the end and slits his throat. I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna kill off a character, you gotta make it meaningful. But even like even the professionals do that. Fucking Endgame, the way they got rid of Black Widow was insulting in my opinion.
I mean, I kind of figured Beetle was gonna die at some point, though.
I thought so too, but there was also there was a way to go about it.
Sorry, what'd you say?
There's like when you do a character death, it needs to be more than just like, oh, people really like this character, so they'll be sad when they die. Give them something, you know. Like, I mean, I don't like it when it's just like, okay, they're dead. That's it. I want their death to be done in a thematic way, I guess.
You see, one of the things that me and Olivia are working on is a project, and one of the things is every character that dies, we have to ask the question: are they important enough to die? Like, will it even affect the narrative if they're gone? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, Beetle will not. You know, so
I think it would. I think it would have been really impactful if Link did it, because that would be like you'd have to add like guilt to his character. It wasn't. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't, and it doesn't. It also doesn't like ruin Link as a hero though, because he didn't do it like he did it under certain circumstances, like where it's unfair to him. But at the same time, like that to me would have been a more good way, and you would have also done it halfway through the film, and that could have like really affected Link for the second half. You know.
It most definitely could have, but one of my problems, I agree with what you're saying. It's just, my problem with this of them killing Beetle through Ganon is that it's the stupid thing we like to do of we have to justify the hero killing the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Not only like you have to show the villain being bad, so that's the easiest way they got it.
Yeah.
And I think we could have easily. I mean, he's Ganon. He's evil, regardless. So it doesn't matter if who he kills. You know.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, if Link killed him, it would have just been a better choice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just I feel like I don't know. I feel I feel like me and you probably have the same view. I agree with what you said, like with you and Olivia, like how you see like it does impact things if the character's dead. Yeah, that's an important thing to keep in mind. Like, I mean, and I know that me and you feel that way because we've like working on Gnome and we have talked about death and which characters it's necessary for when telling a big story. And I feel like what we came up with does have purpose. I get what they're going for here. They're trying to create a tragic death by the end, but I feel like it's kind of just thrown in for like an emotional payoff. And you could definitely get that with Beetle. Like, Link and him clearly have a bond, but I think that earlier would have been the right place to do that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Ganon. Once again, it's Ganon. He's the bad guy. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
He was gonna... I mean, if he didn't do it, kudos, whatever. But it's just that, like I said, I feel like writing-wise, people do this so that they give the hero a reason to be able to kill the villain.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's just me justifying it. I have no clue why people do it. I just feel like that's why. And I don't...
Like I said, even fucking Endgame, I'm okay with spoiling Endgame because of how popular it is and how long it's been out. If you want to talk about like meaningful deaths, like okay, Tony Stark's death, that was meaningful. They did a good job with that. Who else did they kill off in the movie? Black Widow. That was horrible. I'm sorry. I thought that was like a really shitty way to kill off a character. I felt like that was trying to add in some sadness before it got to the final act, and it just like felt like a middle finger to the character. And who else died? I mean, I know Vision died in the first one. Wasn't there one other character that passed away? I guess Gamora in Infinity War. Gamora's death was fucking excellent in Infinity War.
Yeah.
I would say that was better than Tony Stark, actually. That was like a really good write-off.
Well, because it was impactful and it showed...
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, to be fair, they're both equal.
It's sad. It's sad because you know and like the character from the other movies she's been in, but it also adds like so much to Thanos.
Yeah.
So thematic or meaningful, I guess.
Also,
with Black Widow, it felt like they were. It's sad because it's a character that you like and a character that's been around for a long time. That is, I do not respect that.
So, also, I'm about to bring up something that doesn't matter, but I'm going to say this anyways. We did not need the Master Sword for this movie, technically.
I get why he'd want to throw it in, but I hear ya.
I know, but, like, see, if you're not going to use the Master Sword for its intended purpose, just don't put it in the movie. You don't even need it for Breath of the Wild, technically, so...
Is the Master Sword in that game?
Yes.
But is it, like, optional?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know that one's like more open world, probably a lot of options for weapons.
Well, that's the thing that's funny is they chose to have it as Breath of the Wild, but instead we stuck with swords, even though Breath of the Wild is a game where you can use multiple weapons.
They kind of showcase this in the movie, but not really with Link. I mean, he uses his bow and arrow, but you have the villain using the blue bomb.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
like
I mean, he's able to use like spears, clubs, axes.
I feel like Breath of the Wild was probably the result of it being like the newer game.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna utilize a title of it, you should utilize the title.
I hear you.
It's, I'm just saying,
All things.
Sorry for coming off as an asshole.
No, I don't think you are. I hope that no one who worked on this takes it personally. I think that like I said, I think that they should. I think regardless, they should be proud of this.
Well, here's the thing. Is that I'm gonna wrap this up and say that if you wanted an impactful death, I really, as much as I saw it coming, I think the Dark Link thing would have been better.
Yeah.
Because holy shit, I figured they weren't gonna do it, but if they did it, it would have surprised me.
Yeah, it would have like caught you off guard, and then that'd be something you give the props for the movie for because it's not predictable. Then
Yeah,
it just would have been, to me, it just would have been a meaningful way to do it, because it would have, like, you could do something with Link's character after that. Having him do it like, oh, you killed my friend, I'm gonna fight you. That's something that everybody does, and it's kind of like, to me it's kind of the same thing as throwing in like having the main hero have like a romantic interest, but not actually developing the romantic interest. So it's just like, you have someone in your life you love. See, the character's relatable. He's fighting for his loved one. He's fighting for family, but they don't actually like give you a reason to care about the family. And this movie does give you a reason to care about Beetle. He's in the entire thing. He has a very obvious friendship with Link. This is not a critique of the character. It's just a critique of the death.
I think that's kind of what my problem is that Beetle was such a good character that because I would have. Here's the thing: is that going back to what I said before, if you killed him with Link, he would have been missed.
Yeah,
he would have had an unfair death. It would have been. It's almost like in Gurren Lagann. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to spoil it. But it's like in Gurren Lagann when characters go, and you're like,
what they do in Gurren Lagann is one of the most meaningful deaths I've ever seen in a show.
Yeah, and I think not that I'm saying that this would be to that level, but it kind of would have been in that same kind of vein of you expect a character to go on and they don't.
Yeah.
So characters. Sorry.
Full Metal Alchemist has a really good one about halfway through the show, but I'll shut up there.
Anyways, my point is that if you killed Beetle when you had another chance to do it, and I think that would have been a better option.
Yes.
Anyways, we should probably move on.
Yeah, that was a pretty big side tangent, but I think we both had a lot to say.
Beetle.
This is fun, though, just talking about writing and all that.
Yeah.
One more thing, and I will actually resume after this.
Did you hold on?
One
did
thing.
You say on purpose, or was that because that's on the screen?
I didn't even pay attention to that. That's a coincidence. Okay. One thing that will have against us, no matter what, despite everything we're saying, is he made something, and we're talking about making something. So until we actually make something, he's got that over us.
I mean, not really.
How so?
I have things, they're just in production.
Well, I know. Well, that's my story too. But you got to show results eventually.
I know. It's just this one's more or less if somebody invests in it is the problem.
Mm-hmm. We shall
also,
see.
I can't talk about my stuff legally, so there's.
Gotcha.
I'll tell you about it later.
Okay. Well, let's resume. I mean, I like that shot.
Same. I think the one thing that Will has over me, though, is whatever I do, I never will go back to live action.
I definitely will go back to live action, but it's not gonna ever be the way it was in the past.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, my productions won't be the same, and having to guide people is harder than just doing animation.
Oh man, that's an awesome shot.
Oh, it's so beautiful. The thing is that this has beautiful shots, no matter how you put it,
This is
like
a masterclass of amateur film production. I would actually say, I mean, it's very, there's a lot working for amateur film production. I think there's room for improvements, like with some of the transitions, some of the cutting, and some of the audio. Audio, I can't give him too much shit for, because he's better at audio than me when it comes to live action. I fucking suck at audio. But there is a lot to appreciate, for sure.
Link.
They even got like a building over there, but that building wasn't like too unreasonable to show in this world.
Yeah.
Like how they have like stuff hanging up outside.
I'm so sorry, Link.
Okay, so can you pause this one more time, right?
We still have a chance.
So I'm about to be an asshole here, right? Ganon has the Triforce, which allows you to make one wish, and he killed his friend. He didn't wish to delete Link or anything. He just was
Wait,
like,
he used the Triforce to kill Beetle?
no, I'm just saying he has like unlimited power, and he chose to like not literally delete Link. Like he literally can delete Link with the power of the Triforce itself. Because when you get the Triforce, it allows you to make a wish. Right?
Imagine if Wind Waker Ganon got the Triforce and he chose to kill the Beetle in that game.
Yeah. Like, I mean, he didn't use the Triforce to kill Beetle, but I'm still saying, like, you have unlimited power. You could just look at Link and he's just like, but you could delete him. I don't know why he didn't do this. It's a very stupid villain flaw.
By the way, Game Paralysis, thank you so much for joining us throughout this.
Oh, he did?
No, I mean he hasn't said he's he or she, I don't actually know, hasn't said that they're leaving.
Oh yeah.
But just like they've been commenting.
I'm not looking at the chat. I'm sorry.
They've been posting some stuff for like an entire hour now, so they've been sticking with us. It's appreciated.
Yeah, that's dope. But it's kind of like Thanos getting all the Infinity Stones and then like walking off set.
Like, I don't know, kill Ant-Man and he snaps his fingers.
Only Ant-Man. Just Ant-Man straight up seizes out. Anyways, continue. I'm sorry.
You're good.
You know what? Even with this, I couldn't say my best friend. I am no hero time.
You're right.
Just Link.
You are just Link. But
It's a
that's
good
why
line.
the Master Sword chose you. Beetle knows what he signed up for. So do I.
Beetle knows what he signed up for. You know, a merchant that wasn't supposed to die in the line of field of battle.
This is your life. Whatever you choose.
There's someone creeping up on them in the background, and I don't know if that's like a character in the movie or some random person.
It's Beetle.
Beetle. Hey guys. If he gets the Triforce, can he wish Beetle back to life?
That'd be beautiful, and yes, technically. That's a nice shot. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of really nice shots in this. I've already said that, but again,
you
like
know what one of my favorite things.
Will is not a bad filmmaker. He is not.
Being the hero of time.
I said, like, I know I've already mentioned it a lot, but like, yeah, I do think there's nice shots. Will is not a bad filmmaker.
What does that prophecy say anyway?
You know what I really love about this whole thing, though, is that,
the
like...
last man standing, Link.
So whoever wins
Wait,
this
hold on,
fight
what's up?
gains the power of the Triforce.
Yes. And I'd rather you than Ganondorf.
Want to read a comment? Oh, no problem, man. I started creating content right around the same time Will and you have, circa 2009, so I'm pretty interested in Will's content nowadays and your guys' take on it. Yeah, we were all making, like, because I used to make similar stuff to what Will made. It wasn't really Nintendo parodies, although I did have one. But it was like, I did go for making my own characters most of the time, but it's been a long time. Is there anything, like, were you around that same time making stuff? So, like, is there anything I might be familiar with that you made? Because I do remember watching a ton of, like, the, like, SMB-inspired shows that were out at the time.
Getting it.
You know, I'm heavily one of the SMB-inspired people. So.
Yeah, well, me and you had an SMB-inspired show for sure.
Yeah.
Mine is off of YouTube entirely, and not even like archived, so it's gone. There's like one episode that's still around.
If I get the power, you will not.
Mine died.
Potential. What does that even mean for me?
Yeah, most of them died.
It means it's time.
Well, like the biggest problem is that we wrote too much. Outside of like.
That barrier spell. But it's time for you to come back now.
That's not gonna happen.
Why did they give Agenheim a sword? I mean, I get it. This is gonna be a shitty nitpick.
Is that the Sword Art Online sword?
It sure is. You know what's the thing I want to complain about? This is that Agenheim should have been a character that completely uses magic. Ah, damn, alright. Can you pause this for a minute?
Sure.
this fight scene actually looks like they're trying to kill each other, and we don't even get that shit in regular movies. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm looking at No, I know. I hear what you're saying. I got another response. I am too. I made Mario content at that time, and dude, I miss channels like Bros9698. Who were they again? I that name's familiar. And Black Mario Brothers. I did watch Black Mario Brothers when that was around.
I know who
Kudos
Black
to
Mario
Will for
Brothers is.
carrying this dead genre on his back. They were called Junior Mario Brothers, from what I remember, and then they switched it to Black Mario Brothers. I have way too much of a memory on this. If you don't mind saying, what was the name of your project? I'm just curious to see if it's something that I heard of at the time. You don't have to say if you don't want to. I very rarely talk about the one I did out of embarrassment of it, but I respect people who can own up to it. Chris did Stupid Smash Bros.
How dare you dox me like that?
I did the Waluigi show there. We're even now.
I'm just messing with you.
I know, but I gotta be fair.
I'm being honest though. I think that this fight scene is pretty dope.
This is for
Oh, it is. It is. Put it in his mouth. Maybe she did.
For hire.
Beautiful.
Oh. Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Hell yeah. It's a
Even
wedding.
though, real talk. Yeah.
Wait, were the chapters showing up beforehand?
No. No.
Didn't remove it from that shot. That's a really cool shot, though.
Yeah.
I love the setting. Although the lights kind of don't fit in, but I guess you can't take those down. Like, hey, we're gonna just destroy these for our Zelda movie. But that's a cool... I like that shot. That's a neat setting and all that.
There's no reason why for him to not use the power of the Triforce.
He's just fucking stalling. Purple.
But the third.
Inevitable.
Who else?
I love that plane that was in the background.
Boy.
That's kind of got a neat thing going on here. Yeah, I heard the plane.
I mean, that's something you can't really control.
I'll be candid, I couldn't do live action Mario stuff, so I made a Mario Plus show called Super Mario Plushies. I know we'll watch it at some point. Those videos are currently not public, but I will probably make them public again someday.
Oh shit.
It's possible I came across those. I saw several Plus shows when I was younger. I couldn't tell you for sure if I watched that one, but it's certainly possible.
Now it's just Ganon.
But yeah, I still talk to Will. Will is a very supportive person. He if someone's making any type of art, he will normally check it out and leave a comment.
For us.
But it's Ganon. I lost you once.
And I'm right here. No one's taking you away from me again, Princess. I promise. Okay?
If you won't obey me, then I'll make you.
Oh, I like it. That was cool.
Something's happening.
Yeah.
Princess.
Will and I follow each other on Insta, but I've never had a conversation with the guy. He's pretty easy to talk to. He might be on our show Mackle, like I have a show on a, not on this channel, a different channel called Mackle and Zatch, and we've been going through the Rich Alvarez content, and I think Will's gonna join us for one of them.
My princess, are you alright?
He was on our podcast on this channel, but we haven't done a lot of videos together, but
I saved you, but sadly,
he has joined us on our podcast, I think, twice.
anything that powerful again.
But he's a very easy person to talk to, very easy person to get along with. Yeah.
Zelda. Zelda. Princess.
Beetle.
Beetle. Whoa. Hey, buddy. You excited?
You found a good TikTok.
I might have to do some sort of edit with this live stream.
Say what?
I might have to do some sort of edit with this live stream. I feel like there's been too many bangers, you know? Oh, I should check out your Rich Alvarez content then. The channel is called Movie Mackle, and the show is called Mackle and Zatch. Which, if you ever wanted to check it out.
Little buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, we basically just watch through the show, and we make comments on it, kind of like we are now, but it's like significantly edited down.
Hold on, hear me out. You know that? Sorry, I would have believed in you. I believed in you, little buddy. That would have been so dope if they utilized that. If Link killed Beetle.
Oh damn. Yeah.
Nice to see you.
You're gonna pay
Is
for
it?
what you
Oh
did.
wait a second. Also, I'm actually friendly with Zach Zifbrod. We did each other's podcast a couple years ago. You were on. It was Metal Mouth Says Stuff. Yes, I did listen to that episode actually. That's awesome, man. I did listen to that episode. I think he was talking about having you on. If you're the same person, which I think you are, I think we were talking about having you on Duckcast sometime, which is the podcast me and Zach do together. But that show's been on hiatus for more than a year, but we are still planning on doing it. But yeah, reach out to ask Zach about. I'll ask Zach about that too. If you still wanted to do that. I did listen to that episode of Metal Mouth, if that's what you're talking about. It was a good episode.
Quick, take my hand. I'll use a spell to get him here.
No, take me to him.
Seriously?
Yeah, Ganondorf is there. I can't let him die again.
I
You
can't
seriously?
risk safety. And even if I could, I don't have enough magic to get you there.
But we have to do something. Now.
I like that
Switch.
shot. I like the shot. I like the shots that really
I know just what to do.
show off his backgrounds. Show off the backgrounds. Yeah, no problem. Zach's a really good friend of mine. We've been doing stuff together for the last decade. Chris here is on our Mackle and Zach show pretty frequently.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Your power at any cost would activate the Triforce to help Link, but I can sense its damage. It's tricky. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Let's fucking go.
Sure.
That looks awesome. I like that shot a lot with like the glow over it. Good stuff. It's in the sandbox. Fucking kid dumps a bucket of sand over it, making a sandcastle. It's buried there forever.
Yeah.
Whoa! You see that anime shit there? So like, quick comment on this part, like that. Again, just another shot that I like. The colors are really well balanced in a lot of these shots, with like the big backgrounds. But that's an interesting decision to make this far in.
It makes sense. There's stuff like that in Breath of the Wild to a degree.
Okay, I just haven't seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Is that drone footage? I don't think it was drone footage. I think it was definitely an elevated shot. I don't know how they got it, but maybe it was a tree nearby that someone climbed. I don't know. These hits at this last scene kind of have an impact.
You know, I think it would have had a better impact if they actually filmed it from Ganon's perspective.
Yeah.
Like, looking down at Link.
I do need to say this. While the sound does have some issues still, I will say that it actually is a pretty big improvement. Because, like, one thing that I've noticed that I've criticized Will a bunch of times for this, but I haven't noticed it in this, is, like, certain soundtracks that he's using quickly ending abruptly and cutting into another one, and I actually haven't noticed that a single time in this. So if he's stopped doing that and he's fixed that, that's a huge improvement.
Yeah.
Because audio mixing is fucking hard. I still suck at it. It's fucking hard.
Because audio mixing is a whole different job technically.
Oh yeah, audio mix and audio editing. Just because the Oscars doesn't understand the difference doesn't mean it doesn't exist. They did take they did take it out finally. It's just audio. It's just like one subcategory now.
I do wish that that there was less of an abrupt cuts for some of the musics, because there is that, but
he's just like looking at the sword like, what the fuck, he taped this together. Yeah, I think that the sound isn't perfect, but that is something that I actually do hear a lot of improvement into. Like, all the sound effects are synced pretty perfectly. Just the mixing in general is better. Not amazing, but it's better. But again, it's a bitch to fucking mix audio. And I'm not.
Oh, definitely.
I'm not good at it either. I'm really not.
As a person that just recently learned about it, yeah, it's hard.
That's a somewhat goofy but interesting shot.
Yeah.
I like what they're going for.
At least they did it.
Yeah. Like, this shot right here, I think would be better if he was like on his side.
At last.
Because it looked like he was like going down.
Okay, hold on now. Ganondorf has been slain. Demon King Ganon is fine.
Once and for all, but at the cost of his own life.
Almost as if the Triforce can make any wish.
His spirit will reincarnate, and I should be happy. However, even knowing that doesn't make it hurt any less. With Ganon defeated, the Triforce is no longer at risk of being used for evil and has disappeared.
Until someone else evil wants to use it.
Right.
Chris, what would you do if, like, I showed up in this movie and I picked it up and I said, "Now it's my turn," and I end on a cliffhanger? Like, I go for this entire movie and I didn't tell you once that I'm in it.
Yeah.
And it's not even me as a character, it's just me. It's just
you.
Yeah.
No, it's you from Macklin's Edge.
Ganondorf wakes back up and then I'm like, maybe if we work together. Is he gonna be the fucking Captain America? He's waking up in a modern time.
The Captain America Link.
Oh.
What's up? Sup?
You gave us quite the scare.
I love that laptop. Though.
He's dressed like isn't Steve Rogers like wearing all white in that scene?
I think so. I don't remember.
This is a hospital. We tried to save you.
It's a pretty shitty hospital.
But bad news. It little too late.
But I buy it. I buy that there's shitty hospitals out there. Oh yeah, that's what they're doing exactly.
How long?
How would you ask that? You know, from this shot, I wouldn't have been able to. Doing a Captain America thing's ballsy.
It's been a while.
I'm not opposed to it if you want to have Link interact with modern time.
Hey, Red, we got code blue. Code blue. Code blue 305. Code blue 305.
I find that implication. Would that mean that he wouldn't reincarnate then? Because that's an interesting.
Code blue 305. Code blue 305.
That's like kind of an interesting implication that his world would have not been protected.
Code blue 305. Code blue 305.
Yo, I think it might be a code blue 305, my guy.
It might be. Link's going to run into Times Square now, yeah. That is, that was kind of a ballsy thing to do, but I'm actually really not, opposed to it. I mean, because, it kind of makes sense if you're going to do, like, a Avengers parody leading up to it. Like, Link would be the character you needed to bring to, like, a more modern time.
You know, yeah, but that also brings up another,
It's Samuel L. Jackson. It's Mario.
No, it's Beetle.
Beetle.
But it's been a while.
How long?
It's been 100 years, Link. We found
Oh, horseshit.
Yeah, it only took 100 years for all this shit.
the power of the green mushroom.
Why did you bring me back?
Well, Link, we're recruiting for the cause. Interested?
Fuck you.
Jumps in the lake.
Are you going to be okay?
Yeah.
Are you coming to be okay?
Yeah, it's just.
I think that's the subtitles fucking up.
I made a promise.
And then Will's like,
You know.
okay.
So hear me out. I'm gonna be an asshole here for a minute. So, real talk, I know exactly what the fuck they're gonna do. Please don't.
I already had it a thumbs up.
It's just gonna lead up to an Avengers parody.
Yeah, that's the point. It's the NCU. Look, give Will some credit. People keep talking about doing this, and Will actually did it. How many movies in is he now? I think, you know what's weird though? The first one's Waluigi. So it's like, so far, the way they have it is Waluigi Link. Did you see the Waluigi one?
No,
It's just Waluigi as if he was it's Waluigi if he were John Wick, basically.
Interesting.
And we did watch that one. Well, let's see what he's saying. Let's see what the man, the myth, legend is saying. Then you can give your final thoughts, Chris.
Now here's an idea. What if we add one more shot?
No! Oh my god, enough! We're done! Let's just fucking move on to Smash! Coming soon!
Oh yeah.
You're gonna go to Smash with just Waluigi and Link.
You know, actually, if you're gonna do a Mario, I get it. Actually, I have to disagree with you for bringing Link into the modern time. Actually, it would have been better if it was Mario, because he's kind of the Captain America.
No, he's the Tony Stark.
See, but I mean, to be fair here, though, he should have been, the Captain
Well,
America.
in this series, the way they're doing it, he's Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it. That's kind of like saying that Thor needs to be modernized. You really don't have to do that, and they didn't in the MCU. I'm surprised they didn't take a Thor like aspect to it.
I guess there's some I mean, and I know you'll have something to say about this, Chris, but I again, just playing devil's advocate, I think that there is some benefit to not doing what you would expect them to do.
Oh no, I expected them to do Captain America.
Yeah.
Like that's the problem.
But I'm saying, like,
I just think. I mean, I know exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna send Link back in time and do that whole thing of like, you know, him and Zelda meet up again or whatever. It's you know, it's gonna be that thing. I think it would have been just better if we had Mario be the Captain America.
Honestly, I
You
love
know.
Waluigi, so I'm not going to complain. I think the Waluigi, if you watch that on Will's channel, it's a pretty entertaining watch. I enjoyed it. It's very like the Zelda one was like had a sense of humor, but it also like it played it pretty straight. The Waluigi one is just like pure nonsense, and it's enjoyable for that.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. If Will watches this, if you archive this, whatever. But I feel like taking the Captain America approach is like it's such a weird thing. I feel like you should have just went with Thor, you know, because that's the closest thing you have. You know, a
Yeah.
fantasy world that may or may not be understandable to regular people. The whole thing with the even being worthy of the sword kind of fits more with a Thor aspect. So I mean,
I hear what you're saying. I think what they did with Link was fine.
I guess
I'm
it's
fine
just
with
it's just
it.
weird.
Yeah. I hear what you're
I
saying.
just personally, I feel like it was a missed opportunity of just having a closer source material, you know.
Yeah.
Because there are so many characters that could have been Captain America if you want to do Smash. Like, Captain Falcon would have been a better choice making an original movie like that. Star Fox, you know.
Yeah.
I
Game
I just feel like
paralysis agrees with you.
I just feel like there's so much better things you can do because, you know, it's...
I like that name. Game paralysis. I like that name. Sorry,
It's a
Chris.
dope name, yeah.
I'm
No,
interrupting you.
It is a dope name.
I hear everything you're saying, man.
I'm not saying that it was... I feel like Captain America was the easy one to go with, but there's so many other characters that could have done that, and I think you could have really... Hell, Captain Falcon could have gotten a movie that would have been fun, you know, like that.
Yeah, if I had to do like NCU, it's kind of interesting because it's like I think the four characters that are immediately associated with Smash Bros. Just because like they're the originals is like Mario, Link, Kirby, and Pikachu. You know, even like in the Brawl intro, it just shows those four in the opening. Before anything else. It's kind of funny though because if you're doing the NCU, I don't you're not really gonna do a Kirby movie, and you're not. I mean, doing a Pokemon movie fan film would be really weird because I mean, are you gonna make the main character Pikachu? The only way that works is Detective Pikachu, but
yeah, I mean, you could also do Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Or like Metroid. Speaking of which, Metroid would have been dope.
Well, Metroid would be a perfect one, but it would be like really expensive, I feel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it would be.
If there was like a real Nintendo Cinematic Universe, I would say like Metroid should absolutely like Metroid has like the best movie potential, I feel.
So, I'm about to say this. Regardless, I'm sorry, I love you, Will, but I don't think there should ever be a Nintendo Cinematic Universe. I know a lot of people want to see it, but you're not going to be happy when it happens. People can't even agree on what the lore for Smash is, let alone, you know.
Oh yeah.
So there's no pleasing people for a cinematic universe.
Well, that's why
you have to bend. You have to bend so many things for it to work.
That's why it's fun to do a fan interpretation, and I think that's what this is. You know.
It is, yeah. Once again, I'm not dissing. I'm just saying, like, I feel like the thing that's more fun about it is we don't have to copy the MCU, and I feel like Will is a good enough writer that I don't think he has to rely on it, you know?
Yeah, I just think it's what he wants to do, though.
Oh, definitely. I'm just saying, like, we kind of, like, I feel like the best way to put it is what Rich Alvarez did is the closest thing I feel like we could ever get to a, you know. agreeable MCU, but I don't know.
Comment from Game Paralysis. I'll give Will this. He's very ambitious, but I have no idea how he's going to. Well, he's very ambitious. I have no idea how he's going to pull off the MCU, but I love him for it. I think it's it's neat to try it out. I would like to see Will kind of do more original stuff, but he kind of is. He had that fantasy series come out that isn't a parody of anything.
Yeah.
I think it's very odd, and I mean, again, like I'm not. We'll see where he goes with it. I think it's very odd to do Waluigi, then Link, and then Smash Bros. But we'll see where it goes with it.
You say this now, but it's kind of like a comic book fan looking at Iron Man being the first thing in the cinematic universe, and then going, that's kind of weird, because Iron Man was a weird choice.
Yeah,
to be honest.
It worked out, but...
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be, like, mean to Will. I just feel like,
I think
Captain America was a weird choice,
I think you've been pretty fair to Will during all of this.
Well, I mean, to be fair here, like, it's... Will did a great job for a Zelda film. I mean, he didn't do the best, but, that's inevitable. There's hundreds of them out there with way bigger budgets,
Mm-hmm.
But I think Will did a great job. With this one, I really wonder what the hell they're gonna do, because there's more than one Link in Smash Bros. So, yeah.
Well, it's clearly not going to feature every character in Smash Bros.
I'm just saying, I think it'd be more fun if they just didn't follow the cinematic universe and just did their own universe, like Marvel be damned, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It is such an ambitious project that you have to like kind of you kind of have to wonder like if they would just put all of their energy into one thing, how much better could it come out, They're trying to play things really big. Honestly, I think if Will would put like the same amount of time of effort into like a 30-minute short that he is like this with this entire cinematic universe, he would make something like fucking outstanding.
Yeah,
because I think he's got the talent for that. I just think that it's like this is a lot to make. This is a lot.
It's not, and this isn't a Will problem. It's just a common writer problem of where we want a cinematic universe, and I feel like a cinematic universe is deserved, not. I mean, it's earned, not like a right. You have to earn a cinematic universe, which means you have to make all the movies somewhat interesting, and
yeah.
You can't just expect there to be a sequel, and I feel like that's how... Because, I mean, I don't think Will's making any money off of this, so it doesn't matter. He's going to do it regardless. But you have to look at the risks of what it takes to make cinematic universes and why they always fail, because people expect people to want more. You have to make something that's interesting enough for people to want more. And Marvel did that by not only being Marvel, but doing original stuff as well, and referencing comics, but really Marvel's kind of its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So are we some kind of Smash Brothers?
Yeah, I was about to read that out loud.
I need that.
What are we? Some kind of Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo 3DS and Wii U?
So, you know what? I need a Detective Pikachu movie strat. Like, straight up.
Well, that exists.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like it, but I don't.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, and a lot of people like it, but I don't.
I don't like what?
I like a lot of people like Detective Pikachu, and I said I don't like it.
I actually am fine with Detective Pikachu.
Most people are. I've got my reasons, but I won't go into it right now.
I'll have to ask you about that later.
I get why people like it, and there's things about it that I like. I personally enjoyed the Sonic one more, and Zach looks at me like I'm a fucking nut job when I tell him that.
I'm sorry, you cut out. What'd you say?
I said that I personally preferred the Sonic one, and Zach looks at me like I'm a fucking nut job whenever I tell him that.
I'll have to sit and pick your brain on video game movies, my guy, because I really want to know.
We
how
have
you feel about some of these.
We have some similar tastes. We both like the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah. I mean, once I get my shit together, I still have to fucking do a Sonic movie. So.
The Super Mario Brothers movie is like a weird acid trip, but it's very fun. Even though it's like it's not a good representation of the source material, but it was also a movie that was made before the source material was easy to interpret.
So yeah, well, thanks for watching this with me.
Oh, thank you for joining me, man. This was fun. Again, thank you to Game Paralysis for chilling with us in the chat, offering your insight. We'll probably watch Will's fantasy thing on stream eventually. And Will, if you sat through this entire thing and watched it, I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. I hope that you take some of the criticism to heart. But I also feel like, if you're enjoying this, if you guys are all enjoying this, and you feel like you're getting a lot from doing it, obviously keep doing it. Don't.
So hear me out. Here's the thing, right? My take on this is that with the Zelda movie, if you want me to be not an asshole, but I'm just going to give my thoughts on this real quick. I think you did a pretty great job at what you did, Most of the problems come from the fact of the source material, not even that you made a movie, It's just that I feel that you didn't really run with the source material much, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do I sound crazy?
No.
Okay. Which doesn't matter. You're doing a Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I feel like outside of the source material and some hiccups, I think that the fucking cinematography was really good. Really great, even. And the choreography had some really amazing fight scenes. I didn't expect that, in all honesty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The shots were just fucking great. Some of them were just fucking great,
Yeah.
And, and I think that that's what makes it worth it, is that there is such a sign of improvement that not even just... It used to be like, every now and then there's improvement, but it seems like every project that I've seen, there's an improvement to it. And that's fucking great. But I will admit, the cinematography and the choreography was fucking outstanding for what you guys did with the budget that you guys had.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would have more to say about all of that if I was more familiar with Zelda. But in terms of like storytelling, finish up the NCU. You already put all this work into it, but try seeing. I guess like what I would say, like the best advice I think I could give. I already kind of mentioned this before. Try to do something on a smaller scale with the same amount of time, and you might make something like really fucking cool. I get why doing these big grand stories is really tempting and really interesting, but try something on a smaller scale. And I'm a little bit hypocritical saying that, because when me and Chris mentioned this Nelman thing we're working on, that's going to be a large scale story. But I am going to try to get some smaller things out before moving towards that one. Although another part of it is just going to be like each one we make is we're going to try to make it the best we can. We're going to make one and see if there's like enough interest for a second one,
Yeah. My advice, if I could give some, even though I was talking this whole time, my advice is to just go crazy with what you do originally, because I feel really that your talents are wasted on doing Nintendo parodies, because there's been many times where what you've done is better than what the source material gives.
Mm-hmm.
So I think doing an original project with that you put time into like this would be the wisest option, because it's amazing on what you've done with this.
It's called,
like I said...
Sorry.
Huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
And like the liberties you took with Zelda were like better than some of the actual lore. So I think that you should probably stick with doing some original content. I know that Nintendo is the thing that what you like to do, and that's great because you're good at it. But I think having an original project as well would be a great way to look at going forward, I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying.
There's the Sorcerer's Secret, which we should check out next time, because that's exactly what that is.
Yeah.
It's a 5-episode series, and it's an original series, which is fantasy. It is taking on the fantasy genre again.
Which I'm excited for, because Will clearly knows what he's doing with fantasy.
So yeah, we'll check out that series. Yeah, like it even shows I saw the first two, but I'll definitely need to restart because it's been too long since that. It's been a pleasure. If you guys want to record something together at some point, I'm down. Yeah. So Zach, like I said, me and Zach talked about having you on Duckcast at one point. That was a while ago, but when me and Zach get that started, I'll ask him about that, and we could have you on that. That's gonna be not for a little while probably, but I'll talk to Zach about that tomorrow if I get a chance to speak with him. I don't talk to him every day, but I talk to him pretty frequently. And another comment is it's tough because he should do more original projects, but Nintendo franchises are so clickable on YouTube and original stuff isn't. That is true, but I will say that with Will's channel, like the Zelda series, let's see how many views that's getting. You know, like the full film that we just watched has 42 views. Let's look at episode 1. It has 273 views, which is all right, you know, but I think at this point with that type of viewership, Will can risk, because the Sorcerer's Secret episode 1 has 246 views, which is almost as much as the first episode of the Zelda series has, you know. So I think he could. I do think that Will could risk that for sure.
It's also about how you promote yourself as well.
Plus, a lot of his reaction stuff gets a lot of clicks, so he can still do that. Will has some videos with like a shitload of views, honestly.
Oh yeah.
They're kind of far and few between, but I mean, there's some that have a shitload of views.
Yeah.
So I think he's doing well. He's gotten some recognition from other people too. This still blows my mind to this day. Fucking Mumpky Jones did a live stream watching his stuff. And then you know, Rich Alvarez did an interview with him. I know Rich Alvarez isn't a popular YouTuber anymore, and Mumpky's channel got taken down, but you know about the Monkey live stream, right? I've sent that to you, I think.
Me?
Do you not know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, he's got both me and him on his YouTubians Unite. How nice! I didn't even know that.
I love how that's no longer our channel.
I know he's using my old channel too, but I still appreciate it.
Well, to be fair here, I haven't really told him I moved on different channels.
I also do upload to mine still. Like, I mean, I uploaded stuff within the last few weeks, but they're just like, they're not my effort videos, you know. This is my shit content. Like beer review, Citrus Indian Pale Ale. What? Mumpky Jones watched his stuff? Yeah, it's an old archived live stream where he was watching one of his Mario shows, and Mumpky said very positive. Like, I think that Mumpky is kind of poking fun a little bit, but I do actually think Mumpky genuinely enjoys his stuff. Mumpky's been very nice to Will. I feel, at least.
At least in show. Like, you know. I don't know about private.
I mean, Mumpky's kind of... I used to watch Mumpky's content. I know he has a new channel. I enjoy his videos, but Mumpky is kind of a dickhead. That is kind of like part of the appeal of him, I think, is that he's like really edgy. So, I mean, you kind of gotta expect that, you know. I sent it to Will, and I know Will had mixed feelings about it because some of his crew members were well aware of who Mumpky was. If I can find the stream, I'll send a link. I forget what the name. It was like archived. I wonder if it's still up, but Will might even be able to send that to you. Mumpky Jones, Zanderbrow. It wasn't labeled that though. It wasn't labeled Mumpky Jones Zanderbrow. Mumpky Jones live stream Zanderbrow, maybe. I don't think so. It's out there, though. It's definitely out there. Anyways, thank you so much. I'm gonna end the stream now, and I'm gonna get back to work. Thank you so much for joining me, Chris. This has been fun.
Oh, definitely.